animated start to the
it looks like
commentaries.
Robert Lee.
But that race was a huge PB there for Ollie Parker, who won it. I think there's a couple of very good times behind him. They are going up onto open track, but Parker won it in 51.02. 52.56 I think was second. And you can see, if you're up near the finish line, you can see those times appearing on the screen.
I'll be very careful.
After each race. And then they'll go live to the website in due course as well. So a really good start to this second UOB Open Track Series of the summer.
The mic up. It will actually
singular 400 metre hurdles race of the day. And we move on to I think a series of 200s will be next, possibly 150s as well. I'll check the timetable. But we'll try and get a couple more speakers linked into us, so you'll
next
hear
up we've got the women's 400 metre hurdles. A pretty small start list here, just 2 athletes. That's Grace Major and Esther Hulley. Pretty good conditions on the track at the moment. I'd say not too windy. Maybe a little bit of a breeze, pretty warm, and no rain luckily, which was not looking good this morning, but all good now.
Oh, actually, is it? Just behind the yellow.
Bit of PA system drama.
Yeah.
So that's the start list on your screen at the moment. There'll be no Meg Willis, but just 2 athletes instead. So Grace Major, fastest in the field with a PB of 62 seconds and 85 milliseconds, and Esther Hulley 64.69.
My apologies, we do have a women's 400 metre heat in this
they've got the
series.
results of the Open Men's 400 that just 400 hurdle, sorry, that just happened.
Check
Oliver Parker took the win in a 51.02. Just see.
So the lineup as it stands is Esther Hulley, Meg Willis.
Yeah, that was the PB for Oliver Parker. So he'll be happy with that. Nicholas 52.56, so that was also a massive PB. And Ollie Diep 56.96. Haven't got a listed time down for him, so I'm not sure, but good runs from all of the guys there. Boring doing it on my own.
Also,
it's not much to see.
So those just been checked.
Like, you flick it up, like, you see there's like that thing
And,
turn around, like,
race on in just a minute's time.
like you've got to flip the whole thing up rather than just bend.
Okay.
Yeah, like,
Cool. Thanks.
thank you.
should I zoom in?
Just over there. Okay, so hurdle heights have been changed and the girls are at the start. Off they go. Grace May just gone out pretty hard there. Oh, no, never mind. They're just warming up. They will be starting in a minute.
Do you not think there was a slight lack of gun?
Huh?
Do you not think there was a lack of gun?
I had like a something. Oh, I wasn't even listening. That was so embarrassing. I hope no one's listening. Who's watching?
Yeah, it's working. I hope it's working anyway. We don't have any music on the PA.
Oh yeah, I was wondering why it just felt kind of dead.
I feel like... Oh, that's from your laptop's on. But to be fair, Aiden looks a bit stressed with PA, so I'm gonna ask. I'll get my laptop on the PA. My laptop dies. This is.
Okay, the girls are back on the start line, the actual start of the 400 metres. They've done their warm-up strides now. So just to recap, just two athletes in this race, Grace Major and Esther Hulley. And it's the 400 metre hurdles.
Okay, ladies and gents, if you're on the back straight, could you depart the track area, please? The 400 metre hurdles for women is about to get started. And a gentle reminder from the officials here, if you are warming up with headphones in, you do run the risk of being warmed before you even take part in the competition, which does carry into your competition. So please do be very aware of that when you are warming up.
On your mark.
And they're actually
Away
on
they go
this
then.
time. Sprinting into the first hurdle.
Grace
Grace
Major
Major's
has
gone off pretty hard. I think she's probably built a little bit of a gap.
very strongly down that
He is
straight.
maintaining
Some of
it
the
towards
athletes
the
in
end of the
hurdles.
race. A little tip of the hurdle there, but maintained her stride, which is good to see. I'm sure Grace will be chasing a nice new PB to start the season. Her PB at the moment is
62.80. So look for the clock as you come to the home straight, give your support. Two to go for Grace.
We've got a bit of focus on the lamps at the moment. Oh, and here she goes into the final hurdle. Looks like the lactic's hit now, but we'll keep an eye on the clock. Or maybe
64.55, the clock stops that. The race
Clock
out
stops
there,
at
Esther Hulley
64.55, so
through round also.
not quite a PB for Grace, but a good start to the season.
Tonight.
And Esther Hulley coming through there for another strong run.
This evening.
There was some impressive lamp post focusing during this.
And then I can get it to
I was like, oh, Grace has gone.
Yeah, I'll try to take it out tonight to my favourite school in Aston, so I think I cannot believe.
64.50 and 71.16, 2 times for the athletes in that women's 400 metre hurdles.
So next up on track,
We've got about 7 minutes before
starting
we
the
enter the
junior 75 metres. We've got 2 races for these. See junior athletes just warming up around the track now. Sun's come out again, which is quite nice.
2 heats of 8 athletes, all
Okay,
women
so we've got
seasoning.
heat 1 of the 75 metres, and that's featuring Leo, Tarek, Kai, Ali Jennings,
Followed by junior 200 metres. And then the open 200s where there'll be another 3 races to run. So, series of sprints through from 20 past 5
I know it's
to
not.
around about
Sinead.
Sinead Agby, Audrey Taylor, Aveline Chahal, and
Have they
Neve.
started? Or they just warming up?
No, they're just warming up 75 metres.
Oh. Why are they all jogging around 200?
It's a warm up.
It was a 51 wide. A little bit down the eight.
First race on the 75 metres are lining up now. There's a lot of RAP representation in this race, so it's good to see some local clubs represented. journey. And we should have Freya Beer, Agnew, Audrey Taylor, Abby Carl, and some of these guys looking pretty keen to get going. Got to keep the feet behind the line. It looks like we might be missing the athlete in lane 3, who should be Freya Beer, but we'll see what happens when they get going. And they're off. Oh, and it sounds like it was a false start for the first 75 metres of the day. So they'll be recalled. I don't think they'll be doing red cards for the juniors, but you never know. They might start implementing the rules at a young age, but hopefully they'll all go back to their start line and have another go. I think that might have been number 7 that had a little bit of movement before the gun went. Right, off they go again. Let's see if they can get away cleanly this time. And they're off. No more false starts. And that looks like number 13 has taken a pretty speedy lead. That's Leo Perec. Looks like he's going to have a good win today. PB, haven't got a PB down yet, but so maybe this is his first 75 metres, but we'll see what the clock says and what the results say. That looks like 12:20 for the winner, Leo Perec, which, breaking the 13-second barrier, is pretty impressive. All the PBs in that race before today were above 13 seconds, so that's a pretty good run from Leo to go significantly under that. Pretty early in the season as well, so plenty of room for improvement. And the junior athletes are lining up for the second race of the 75 metres. In this one we have number 5, Isabel Beer, number 6, Azucena Saraceda, number 3, Zachary Asanga, number 10, DiCapri Hamilton, number 12, Ollie Keenan, number 11, Ray Hare, number 14, Jeevan Sain, and number 8, Kushi Shahar. Again, we actually do have a few PBs below 13 seconds in this one. The fastest in the field is DiCapri Hamilton with 10:90 as his personal best. But Rehaya has got 11:50, so not far behind. So it looks like it will be pretty close in this one. Leo Perec took a pretty significant win in the last one, but maybe this will be a different kind of race. Oh, got a bit of a wobble. Oh, we've even got crouch start here from lane 6. That looks like number 40, number 10, DiCapri Hamilton has had an early. Oh no, we've had a faller, and that's Zachary Asanga, I think, that came through there in the last stages of the race. De Capri managed to get up pretty quickly, so I think he'll probably still run a pretty speedy time, but it looks like, I can't really see the clock, but, oh, 11:20, so not, oh, a PB for Zachary Asanga, not quite a PB for De Capri, but with a fall in the way, still a pretty good run. And these are the results from the women's 400 metre hurdles that we saw earlier. We only had 2 in the race. Meg Willis was a non-starter, but Grace Major ran 64.50 and Esther Hulley 71.16. And then the results from the Heat 1 of the junior 75 metres. Leo Perec took a pretty big win in that one, 12.17. Don't have a PB down for him here, but I'm sure he'll be happy with that time. Neve Charlton, oh, it's gone. Oh, there. 13.54. Again, no time down for her. Freya Beer 15.14. And that's a PB. Her previous PB is 15.50, so good running there from the top 3 in that race. Up next, we should have the Open Junior 200 metres. 21 athletes starting here, so that's 3 heats that we'll see. You can see the start list for Heat 1. So we've got Amber Agbe, Lombe Lombe, Luca Tulloch, Harvey Harris, Samuel Noble, Jack Molinar and Bobby Broadley. All of these are under 13 boys, apart from Samuel Noble, who's an under 15 boy. And PBs are ranging from 31.10, Jack Milena, to 37, Bobby Broadley. So all pretty close, but there's a bit of a range in time. So we'll see how close and how the race unfolds. Okay, so I think there's been a little delay while we wait for a couple of people in this race to get to the start line, but looks like we're just about ready to go. All the lanes are full, so it's a good sign. Oh, apart from maybe lane 1. Some pretty bright socks in lane 2, so we'll be able to keep an eye on that athlete. That is Amber Agby, under 13 girl. Yeah, no, that doesn't. Hopefully these guys will get away first time. We saw a cheeky false start in the first 75 metres. Someone was obviously a little bit too keen to get going, but these guys look like they're all calm and collected. That's a thumbs up from the starter's assistant, I think, so looks like we'll be getting going anytime soon. And they're off. Everyone's attacking the bend. It looks like the 3 in the outside lanes are kind of making a bit of a gap on the others, and that is lane 6 and 7. Jack Molina and Samuel Noble. I think Samuel Noble's got the fastest time in the field, but it looks like Jack Molina is... Oh, it's Jack Molina that's got the fastest time, and he is storming away from the rest of the group. And that's Samuel Noble in second, and everyone's piling in behind. Everyone waiting around, see if they can spot the times as they pop up on the board. But yeah, that's Jack Molina powering along the last 50 metres. He really built that gap in the last few metres to take the win by quite a long way. And then Samuel Noble second. I'm sure there's some very happy athletes after that race. And we're just having a look at the results from the second heat of the junior 75 metres, and that was Zachariah Sanger that took the win in 11:17, but a much closer heat this one than the first one. Ree Hale was also just behind, also in the 11-second bracket, but with 11:44. And now we can see athletes for the junior 200 metres heat 2 lining up on the track. We've got some blocks in this one. And from inside to outside, we've got Amber Stevens, Tiernan Clark, Jack Partridge, Erin Colcoff, Serena Wadwa, Libby Molina and Elliot Jones. Lane 2 to lane 8, so no one in lane 1. Times are ranging from 28.60 to 30.30, so a very tight field, this one, much tighter than the one we just saw. Should make for a good race, and it is Serena Wadwa that has the fastest time in the field, Birchfield Harriers. She's run 28.60, but Libby Molina just behind with 28.90, and then quite a few in the 29 second bracket, so it'll be a good one to watch. Safely away again. Everyone's maintaining a pretty consistent gap between each other, but that looks like lane 6. Serena Wadwa, with the fastest time in the field, has maybe taken a little bit out of the person in the lane next to her. Maybe not lane 6. And it's lane 4 that's coming through really strongly. Holcomb for the win. That was Jack Partridge, I think, that took the win there from lane 4. Jack from Birchfield Harriers. His previous PB was 28.20, so we'll have a look when the results come up and see if he managed to break that. Looking at the results from the first heat, Jack Molina 29.92. I think that was a PB. Let me just go back. Yeah, his previous PB was 31.1, so a massive PB for Jack there. Over a second taken off, so that's a great start to his season. Samuel Noble 31.04, and he previously had a PB of 33.1, so again, another 2 seconds almost taken off there. Shows that the racing conditions today are looking pretty good. The sun's out, there's not much wind, no rain, so it's looking like it's going to be a good evening. And then heat 2, yeah, it was Jack Partridge that took the win, 28.27. That is a big PB for him again, almost a second off. His previous PB was 29.20, and Tiernan Clark 28.51. His PB before was 29.1, so again, PBs coming in thick and fast today. I'm sure the athletes watching who are racing later will be happy to see that. And then this is our final heat of the junior 200 metres. From inside to outside, we've got Gabrielle Blake, Leo Rice, Olivia Cole, Alexander Pickering, Austin Damania, Mayoud Mohammed, and Benjamin Shimbalanga. And fastest in the field is Mayoud Mohammed with 24.9. Again, there's quite a spread of times in this field, so could see a big spread when they get going. But as it's early in the season, people's times might not necessarily reflect how they're running. There might be people dropping huge PBs, as we've already seen, 2 seconds or more in the 200, which is incredible. And that's the outside 2 lanes look like they're speeding away from the rest of the field. So that is Benjamin Shimbalanga and Mayoud Mohammed. It's Mayoud Mohammed, sorry, and Austin Damania. And it looks like Mayoud Mohammed is going to take the win by quite a long way in this one, easing over the line. His PB 24.9, so look to see 24.31, I think I can see on the screen. So a little PB for him there, or maybe 8.1. Sorry about that brief intermission, but we're back, and here's heat 2 of the open 200 metres. So we've got Winnie Padmore, Aaron Oloranti, Nancy Foster-Jones, Dejan Higgins, Joseph Rogers, Lauren Butler and Maya Stewart. Looks like the inside lane. Aaron Oloranti, I think, is taking the lead, and yeah, he's striding away to create quite a big gap in the last 75 metres of that race, dipping for the line. He had a PB of 25.48. That was also his season's best, so we'll be looking for time around about there. Oh, and the clock's showing 23.91, which is a massive PB for Aaron Oloranti there, if that holds. It was pretty close on the line for second, third and fourth, but it looks like, ooh, could go to photo finish, but I think Dejan Higgins just got it in front of Joseph Rogers there. And then Lauren Butler and Maya Stewart, the two University of Birmingham athletes, coming through pretty soon after that. Three now, we have Lucy Jones, Hayden Ambiana, Benjamin Dawson, David Erabunum, Freddie Arkell, Patrick Pearce, Brandon Walton and Aidan Gaston. Fastest in the field is actually joint between Freddie Arkell and Patrick Pearce, who've both run 21.42. So it will be interesting to see the matchup between those two. That's lane 5 and 6, so right in the middle there. Yep, that's confirmation of the results. It's gone down actually to 23.89. So a massive PB there, winner of that race. These athletes have got a little bit of a tailwind pushing them along. Race 1 had a wind of plus 1.8. So this looks like a significantly smaller field than the ones we've just had, so it looks like a few dropouts. From what I can tell, we've got lane 2, Hayden Ambiana, lane 3, Benjamin Dawson, lane 4, David Erabunum, and lane 6, Patrick Pearce. So again, Patrick Pearce, the fastest in this field on personal best. this will be the fastest 200 we see today, most likely. And it does look like Patrick Pearce has created a bit of a gap. Hard to tell until they come onto the home straight. But yeah, he's eaten into that stagger and he's off and away. Oh, but it looks like potentially a bit of a hamstring injury there. So that is David Iragbunam coming through to take the win. His PB was previously 22.99, so it'd be good to see. See what he's just run there. Once the starter has moved over from the 200 metre spot, I think we'll be getting underway with a few 400 metres. These are open 400 metres. The open javelin in the field is also due to get underway in 5 minutes. The guys over there are just warming up. So it'd be good to get a bit of footage of them as well. And on the other side of the track, the open triple jump is also getting underway at 6. So everything's kind of starting to get going now. We've had loads of PBs so far in the 75 metres and 200 metres, making it look like it's going to be a pretty good night. Athletes just doing their last strides before these 400 metres get underway. And the pit is being raked for the start of the triple jump, which is over on the other side of the track. That will get underway in less than a minute. And this looks like the first of the javelin competitors ready to start their attempt. That will be Oliver Scattergood. His PB is 44.1 metres. 10 metres, sorry. Right, and we're back on the track for the Open 400. This is the men's Open 400. We've got 2 races. In this first race, we've got Mark Turner in lane 1, Zach Blair in lane 2, Oscar Leyland in lane 3, Zachary Bent in lane 4, Wesley Lewis in lane 5, Tony Alfonso in lane 6, and Valentine Grelot in lane 7. Fastest in the field is Tony Alfonso with a PB of 51.73, and sorry, he's in lane 7, not lane 8. Not lane 6. Running for Buak. Unfortunately, it looks like Tony Alfonso, the fastest in the field, is not on the start line. So we're looking at Oscar Leyland, who's also run under 52 seconds with a 51.99 PB. He is in lane 4. And they're away. Looking pretty well matched for pace at this point. Still, no one's made any significant gaps in the stagger, but we'll see how it all unfolds as they come into the last 100. And it looks like lane 6, which is Wesley Lewis from Birchfield, has made a slight gap on the others. It looks like the lactic's kind of hitting now, but I think he probably has done enough to hold off anyone else, and he takes the win in 50.04, which is a massive PB. His previous PB was 52 seconds dead, so I'm sure Wes Lewis will be very happy with that.
First aid, please. Could you have first aid at the finish line of the home straight, please? First aid at the finish line, thank you.
They're behind the van. Second heat of the 400 metres are lining up, and we've also got the triple jump on the back straight. And the javelin is well underway now as well. On the runway now, see if I can have a look at which number this is. Looks like a brat athlete. That could either be Charlie Keenan or Mustafa Bailey. So I'll see 46, 90. And in the second race of the Open Men's 400 metres, we've got James Colclough, Joshua Turner, Owen Adams, Julian Priest, Finley McGill, Robert Marlowe, Noah Ridgeon and Craig Munker. Fastest in the field is Robert Marlowe in lane 6 with a PB of 49 minutes dead, 49 seconds. It looks like Julian Priest, I think, in lane 5 is making big inroads into the athletes in the lanes in front of him. But obviously with the 400 metres, you can never be too sure. Going off too hard might make you pay at the end, but it looks like Julian Priest has made a big gap, and in lane 6, Finley McGill looks to be fighting back. We'll see how they all look when they come into the final straight, and it looks like Finley McGill has just got the lead from Julian Priest, and that's Robert Marlowe not far behind in third. Finley McGill's going to run away with this one at the end, but pretty close race between those front four. We'll now get underway the women's open 400 metres. 2 races here again. Race 1, Helena Aguilar, Wendy Moran, Kyra Gibb, Ella Harvey, Emmeline Brown, Amelia McKirk and Amy Waters. We've got one athlete in this field that's gone sub 60 seconds, and that's Amelia McGurk in lane 7. A few athletes close behind with Emmeline Brown, 60 seconds, 0.70, and Ella Harvey, who's around 62.70. That's your start list screen now. There's two athletes in the outside lanes. Emmeline Brown and Amy Waters look like they're running away with this one. Both have made up on the stagger already. 200 meters in around 25 seconds, potentially. Amelia McGurk fastest in the field. I think Amelia McGurk, number 74, is going to come into the home straight in the lead. And that's Emmeline Brown just behind in second. And then Birchfield's Kidman's Ella Harvey in third. And it looks like Ella is coming through strongly in the last few meters. But that's Amelia McGurk. Took that one quite strongly. And it's a massive PB, 57 seconds there. You can see, it doesn't show it on the screen, but Emily's very happy, I think. And the aftermath of the 400 meters. Kind of a trek. Yeah, just get a big punch going. I feel sorry for anyone watching live streams. There are, but I'll see if we've got any updates on the triple jump on open track. Nothing yet, but we'll keep you updated on any updates that come in. Next up on the track is the second race of the Open Women's 400, featuring Georgia Griffiths, Annie Testar, Millie Webb, Charlotte Harris, Maddie Wapples, Alice Bennett and Mary Taylor. All of these athletes have run sub 60 seconds. Millie Webb has a PB of 55.92, under 20, Cardiff. Charlotte Harris not far behind with 56.89, so again it looks like it'll be a close race. Pretty perfect conditions for a 400, so hopefully these girls will be looking for some fast times.
Honestly, so can I.
Maddie Wapples there in the trademark pink socks. We'll be able to spot her as she goes around the track. And they're off. Maddie Wapples with a very strong start, already eating into that stagger. And she goes past Alice Bennett in lane 7. Lane 6, Charlotte Harris also building up or eating into that stagger, and she looks to be going strongly through that second bend. We'll wait until they come into the final 100 meters to see where they all are positions wise. But it looks like it's lane, who's it? I can't see the number. Lane 4, which is Millie Webb, the fastest in the field, looks to be running really strongly in these last few meters to take the win in 56.32. Just off her PB there, but a really strong run. Also a really strong run by Maddie Wapples in second. Potentially she could have got a PB. We'll wait until the times come up on the screen. But she took it out and it obviously paid off. And Alice Bennett and Mary Taylor coming through fast at the end there. Looks like maybe a photo finish will be required for that.
So stressed.
Is it not the rest?
No, it's not. I didn't. It's literally the same, but with pasta though. And a few more veg. Extra veg. Someone else want to complete? Mark, come on. George, get on the comp. George, come some open triple jump, please.
Oh yeah.
What's the next race? Oh, the open 5,000.
Yeah, go for 5 more minutes and then I'll hop on Harry.
No, I'm hopping on for Harry. Okay.
Got to take the gaps when you can.
I know, but you're more nervous than
Getting a bit more footage of the javelin now. This is number 25. Oh no. 259, Rachel Wall. PB of 45.85 and a season's best of 41.52.
I don't know why you're complaining, it's so much slower than your PB. Ryder, take over. You're late. Come in, Joe. Running for your mom.
So we'll give you a full breakdown of the athletes on track once this race gets underway. It's the first time as the BMC race of the season.
Another headset.
We've got refreshments over by the 200 metre start. Green band behind that. Serving up drinks and refreshments, cold drinks as well. So please do feel free to participate.
If you want to
No, it's Tyler, you can start.
This summer, the UOB
Considering you're not injured.
Hello. You were joined here with Tyler Billiard.
Well, got it. Yeah, yeah.
And George Rowland. Hopping on for a bit of commentary.
Is it you that's breathing loudly in the mic?
The next event on the track is the Open 5000. Quickly going through the start list, we have Stephen Dunsby, Seb Beadle, Harry Sinclair, Finn Rattray, Katie Pell-Freeman, Kalong Thompson now Young, Callum Little, Daniel Robinson, Matthew Herbert, Notkang Karisei, Mark Ince,
Oh, right, okay, that's fine.
Morgan Hill, Rollo Parry, James Ashley, Josh Taylor, Evie Hawksford Johnson, Athanasios Tolakasis, I'm butchered that, sorry, Will Kennedy, Jake Reynolds, Alex Bishop, and we have 2 pacemakers in this race, I believe.
Who are the pacers?
I'm not sure who. So people to watch in this race. For me, it's got to be Harry Sinclair.
Harry Sinclair, the mighty Harry Sinclair.
Rollo and Alex Bishop as well. Performed well at the last track and field series. I believe they are looking to go sub 15 today.
And they're off. Trying to work out who's pacing.
Charlie Davis, he's definitely one of the pacers. They can be confident that they're going to be taken around in split perfect times with Charlie at the front. Seems like there's 2
spread out early.
Yeah, 2 packs forming early. So Harry Sinclair, I believe he's been told to go out very, very sensibly, and he has done that, which is good. Although the bad thing is now he's now about 30 meters away from the next runner, so he could be on his own for this race.
What, 69.70 for
That was a 70 from Harry, was it?
No, I think the front group.
Yeah, so at the front we have Charlie Davis pacing with Finn, Rollo, Alex and Callum Little. So Callum has a PB of 15.28.
I like this from Harry actually. Sensible. Tactics. And 215, 216.
Yeah, so 215 through 800. Very, very quick.
Harry's around 226 maybe. Rest of the group 237.
So the front group currently operating about 430 per mile, which is well below 15-minute pace. First K here in about 2:53. Harry Sinclair in about 3:05. Harry's set off well. He's got a good first K.
Sub 15 is the goal.
Morgan Hill leads the second pack.
It's hard to make a reel when he's not won the race yet.
Morgan's just looking for a little bit of support.
Oh, the start. Not yet.
Kate PW as well, just hanging in to the second pack. So the second pack go through 3 laps in about 4 minutes. Harry Sinclair continues to look very comfortable. Definitely has Alex Bishop in its sights. And here we go, here's the chase pack. Morgan's got a bit of help now with fellow Brat members.
Like a Brat train this.
So the front group go through 4 laps in about 4:38. That is exceptionally fast. If they manage to hold on to this, it could be a very quick time for Finn and Callum. Rollo just needs to hang on there. He's lost connection with that front pack, and it could be a very lonely run if he doesn't.
Harry through the mile in about 4:55.
Yeah, very, very sensible from Harry there, 4:55. That's exactly what he has been told to do. Now, it's unfortunate he hasn't got anyone to run with. But I do feel like if he continues to pick it up, he will get Alex in his sights. And that'll be crucial for the last couple of laps. So Finn and Callum just sticking to Charlie Davis like glue.
Still looking very relaxed, Harry.
Not sure how far Charlie Davis is going here, but if anyone knows Charlie, he's definitely going to get at least 3 to 3.5k. Probably is marathon pace this. So Dan Robinson of Brat is now leading the chase back. They've got a nice group there of 5 runners.
Just a little gap forming between Charlie.
Yes, Callum and Finn just losing a little bit of connection from Charlie. Jess Bailey on commentary, I think. Comms midfield. Fun fact about Harry, I think I saved his day earlier. He almost ate very raw pasta with his pesto and peas. I quickly put a stop to that and made sure he cooked it a little bit longer, but yeah, if I didn't step in there, he could have been on the toilet all day.
Last time we were talking about Harry was taking new supplements, wasn't he?
Yeah,
So he
Harry
started
has
his
not
supplement journey.
endeavoured any more new supplements. But he has stuck to his electrolytes. The gap between Harry and Alex is definitely closing. That's exactly what Harry wants to see. Coming up to about just over halfway for the front guys. Alex goes through with 6 laps to go, closely followed by Harry at 3 seconds later. So it definitely does look like Harry's going to get some company for the second half of the race. Evie goes through. Dan Robinson is still leading the chase pack with about a 3-4 metre lead on them. Dan's already ran 15:45 this year.
I'm back because George Rowland is unable to commentate.
Yeah, George didn't do a very good job there, so I'm
he's
glad.
a bit camera shy.
I'm glad I got my
Microphone shy.
commentary partner back for this.
Harry Sinclair and is that Finn?
Alex Bishop.
Alex Bishop.
So Harry's now gone past Alex. What
And
do you think of Harry's pacing so far, Kate? Do you rate it?
I do, yeah. Harry's really worked his way up. These two can now use each other to kind of push themselves on in the last part of the race. This is where it's going to be getting tough. So having someone for company or the motivation of going past someone will be really good for Harry. Alex Bishop needs to just hang on the back as long as he can, but looks like maybe he has utilised a different race tactic to Harry, gone out quite hard and now just needs to grit his teeth and get to the end.
Yeah, certainly. Harry goes through 2 miles in about 9:51.
Pace has just dropped out, so now all the athletes are kind of on their own.
There's athletes just scattered around the whole track in this race. So the officials have got a hard task of figuring out who's got whatever laps left.
It's 4 laps left for Harry and Alex as they come through the start line again. So that's just over a K.
Well, quite a lot over a K actually, but just about a mile, I'd say that.
About a mile, yeah. Exactly a mile actually, funnily enough. Do we have a check on the pace? Do we know what time Harry's going to be going for?
Harry wants sub 15. He went through with 4 laps to go in about 10:33, so he needs to do a quick last 4 laps to go sub 15.
I've lost our leaders. Got a bit confused.
Our leaders are here. All there.
Everyone's overlapped everyone now. It's impossible to work out who is where.
I believe Finn is in the lead with Callum just behind and Rollo on his shoulder. So they've got 3 laps to go.
Okay, 3 laps to go for our leaders. Rollo in 3rd helped Jess Bailey to the incredible 15:07. She ran at our Winter Throws event a few weeks ago. So this will be his 2nd 5K of the season around this track. Quite a lot of laps. It'll be interesting to see what the athletes say when they come off the track about the conditions today. Potentially a little bit breezy for distance running, but see a few of the trees moving. Not sure how much that will affect them, considering the track's quite dipped down, but yeah, good to know.
Yeah, Birmingham is known for having a little bit of a dome, protecting from the wind, but you can always feel the wind if it is there. So Finn's coming through with 2 laps to go in 12:34, followed by Rollo in 12:38, and Callum just behind. So Finn is certainly on for a sub 15 clocking here, which would smash his PB of 15:15. Harry's coming through with 2 laps to go. Just needs to grit his teeth now and really pick it up. Really utilise the saved energy from earlier on in the race when he was a bit more sensible.
Yeah, it's going to be good to see whether that tactic played off. if saving a bit of energy for the end is going to help Harry in a sprint finish, or if he's going to feel just as dead as if he'd gone out hard. But yeah, Alex Bishop is rallying behind Harry. A bit of a gap has grown, but I don't think he's let it grow much. Some of the guys will be coming in to their last lap. They'll be hearing the bell. Yeah, so this is our leader coming through. 13:47.
He just needs a 72-second last lap to break 15. Rollo with a bit more work to do. He needs a 64 to break 15.
Negative. It's the truth. Yeah, they're all coming through now to hear the bell. And that's Kate Powell-Freeman-Watt is doing it for the girls. She's looking really strong. I think she has 2 laps to go.
Here comes Finn, the last 100.
Last 100 for our
Really,
leader.
really good form.
Massive lead here. No one in sight.
This is going to be a
Just
massive
coming in
PB
sight.
for Finn.
And that is 14:52.
Very impressive from Finn. Little
He's looking
celebration.
pretty happy with that.
We love to see it. Rollo coming through 15:06. Callum Little 15:08. I believe Harry Sinclair is the next one to finish.
Coming into the home straight now. Looks like he's got a pretty good sprint. Maybe saving some energy for the end was the right move.
You can always trust in Harry to have a good last 100.
It's 15:38 for Harry there.
Followed by Alex Bishop, coming through for around 15:47.
And Kate Powell-Freeman-Watt, the first woman in this race, is going through with 1 lap to go.
I believe that was Dan Robertson coming through in about 16:28 to lead the Brat
Kate
runners
PW coming into her last 200 metres over there, looking really strong. Good to keep an eye on the clock for her.
Mark Inter Brat coming through in about 16:45.
Some great sprint finishes. Yeah, here comes Kate, first woman, powering down the home straight.
She's
Looks
got
like
a sprint
sub
finish on
17
her.
is going to do her
That's
this
it.
time, but still a really strong run. Okay. 17:15 for Kate there.
Very impressive running.
And there's a lot of very tired looking people on this finish
Jake
line.
Reynolds coming through.
Eight.
Will Kennedy just behind. as we watch our last runner of this race coming through with 100 meters to go. Could be on for a sub 20 clocking. Yeah, well under sub 20 here. Well done.
So up next we've got the men's 800 metres A race for the BMC. Tyler, I would say this is probably your area of expertise.
Yeah, very exciting part of the night. Yeah, kicking off with the men's 800A.
You've got some personal interest in this one too, I think, haven't you?
Yeah, housemate Tommy Bridger there, CM 307, sporting the yellow New Balance vest. So I'll take you through the lineup. So, pacemaker, we've got Jack Hocking going through in 51.5. I'm not sure if that has been changed to 52. I know there's been talks about going through a little bit slower. Then we have Jack Organ from Brecon and Oxford Uni, Joe Rogers from Howes Owen, Harry Ware from Basingstoke, James Gormley from Sheffield and a Buick alumni, Jay Sispel from Leamington and Birmingham Uni, Ben Claridge from Abingdon, Sam Davey from Worcester and also Buick, and Tom Bridger from Cambridge and Buick.
Do you know who has the fastest time in this field? No. Tyler's knowledge of PBs isn't coming through today. Well, yeah, what's Tommy's PB?
Tom has around 1:49.9.
Tom Bridger's around 1:49.9.
I've predicted Tom at 1:48.5 or 1:48.8.
If they go through in 52s, they run even splits. 1:44. Okay, so I guess they're not planning on running even splits.
We've got a lot of people in this race, and I honestly cannot call the winner.
I think it's going to be quite a tight one.
We've got people like Ben Claridge, who's got the speed, who've got the form to get out hard. Then also got people like James Gormley, who's got the strength. And I feel like we're definitely going to be seeing his form come in the last 200 metres.
Got some doubling up in lanes, it looks like. Sam Davies showing a lane with the pace. No, maybe not actually. Ignore me. They're just having a chat. They are doubling up. Good. So that shows that it's a pretty big field for an 800 metres. Quite tight for the first 200 or so. But hopefully they'll string them out quite quickly because it's such a fast pace.
We also have Jack Kinraid from Shrewsbury joined us in this race. Joe Rogers currently not on the start line, so I'm not sure if he is moving on to the B race or not. Yeah, the one to watch for me is Ben Claridge. He's recently ran a 600 metre time trial in 1:16.8. So he's going to be very dangerous on that first lap, I think. Whether or not he can hold that form the last 200, I'm not sure, and that's his words, not mine. But he has the most beautiful form I've ever seen, so
Tyler's
if anyone can hold form, it's him.
Ben Claridge.
And we're off.
Tastemaker's getting out well.
Jack Organ on the inside, getting out very strong with Ben Claridge. Looks like he is getting right behind Jack to begin with.
Looks like it's going to be a pretty tight break. They're all going to be pretty much in a pack. It's
Certainly.
kind of separated into two packs already, but I think that will probably reconnect. Yeah, there they go.
Very quick through 200 in about 24.
You can tell that the pace is fast because they've strung out already.
Certainly. And when Sam Different Gravy Davey is at the back, you know it is hot. So
All the guys
51.5. or 52. Plan through 400. Let's see what they go through in.
52, pretty much dead.
Yeah, 52.3. That's spot on from Jack. So now Ben is taking on with 300 to go. Looks like he's pushed on ever so slightly, about a 1-2 meter gap. Behind him is Jay.
Yeah, Ben looks like he's maybe slightly making a gap, but there's someone coming through very fast on the outside. I can't quite see who that is.
Jack Organ making a move around Jay.
Jay looks like he's been hit by a bit of lactic. Tommy Bridger going around now.
Tom has definitely put on the afterburners. If he can slingshot round Ben and Jack Organ in this last 100, he's on for a big PB.
This is going to be feeling really fast for Tom. Steeplechase specialist, but it looks like he's going to come through to take the win.
I feel like Tom is going to take the win here.
Expertly paced race from Tom Bridger.
1:47.6. He's beaten his PB by 2.3 seconds. That was exceptional run from Bridger there. Paced that perfectly. He's in about 4th or 5th with 200 to go. He certainly had his fly carb, because there's no way you can look like that without bicarb in your legs in the last 100. Yes, see Bridger just pushing past Ben there. Questionable dip on the line from Bridger, but it worked, so can't complain. That's two PBs in 5 days for Bridger after coming back from Brussels with a new 1500 meter PB.
And Buck steeplechase record holder as well.
Yeah, it's been
Tom's
a good,
had a pretty big season already.
yeah, good month for Bridge. Yeah, so he's got the under 23 standard for steeplechase. I think he's trying to get the standard for 1500 as well, so he just has the option on the 23s. 50 standards is sub 338.
The BMC B race. Yeah.
Yeah, so the BMC B race is about to get going. So in here we have Archie Lawson, Stephen O'Loughlin, Jalen Sonha, Sam Hembry, Tom Barrett from Oxford, Owen Quinn, Luke Richardson, Harry Parker, with Eddie Hunter, the pacemaker, going through in about 53 seconds.
Got 2 Bromsgrove athletes in this race, so maybe they know each other, maybe they can support each other and get each other going.
Yeah, Sam and Luke, training partners. We've been talking about what they're going to go through the lap. Yeah, excited to see Luke Richardson here. Got good strength, good range. Just currently slapping his face there. Trying to activate the muscles in his face.
Oh, knows this. Scientific basis of way to slap your race at the start of a race.
Yeah, quite a busy field in this one again. A couple lanes stacked up.
Eddie Hunter's going to have to get out pretty quickly to get ahead of this lot. It looks like there's a few really fast starters. They're all very close together at the break.
Yeah, so Eddie Hunter going through at 200 in about 25, which is kind of spot on. Maybe a tiny bit quick for a 53, but I'm sure people will settle in around about now.
Is that what they're aiming for, 53?
53, yeah.
So not much slower than the first race.
So that's Ewan Quinn, currently behind Eddie Hunter. Jalian just behind him. And Luke Richardson and his teammate on his shoulder.
Perfect pacing from Eddie Hunter there. Almost dead on 53.
Yeah, 53.07, that is perfect from Eddie. Sure he'll be pleased about that.
This is it's stringing out now, but it was much closer together than the first race in that first lap.
Yeah, so
obviously, a few people have started hitting the gas.
yeah, we've got a proper race on our hands here. The lead changing to the Birchfield Harrier.
But in an 800, anything can change in that last 200. He does look like he's making a bit of a gap now, though.
Yeah, he's certainly kicked with 200 metres to go. But has he gone too early? There's still a big race behind him.
Massive pack building up there. Could be anyone's race in that pack behind him.
He is looking very strong, though. Luke trying to find his way through the inside. Athletes just can't quite get there, but Jolyon wins in 1:49.92. Very good racing strategy there from him, taking the win. Kicking with 200 metres to go, holding that form all the way to the line. Kept off the fellow racers. Yeah, that's two really exciting races so far.
Hopefully this last BMC race, is it the last one?
Yeah, last BMC Men's race upcoming.
Hopefully this one can live up to it. Some excellent seeding. I think everyone's been really well matched in the last few races. What's the pace for this?
54.
54. We've done 52, 53, and now 54.
And we've got Jack Hocking back again to pace this one. So he's doing 2x400 off 10 minutes. I'm sure that's a session he is very, very used to. Very good runner, Jack Hocking. So these guys know they're going to be paced around beautifully. So in this BMC C race, we have Evan Grime of Salford Harriers, Ethan Curran of Birmingham University, who has represented Burak at Bucks, Finn Hutchinson of Burak, Alex Gruen of the MK Distance Project, Dan Galloway of Telford, Isaac Rothwell of Birmingham, Josh Rohrer of Stoke, Ewan Pinder of Chiltern, Ewan Sperry of Bristol and West, and Oakley Denson of Windsor Slough, Eton and Hounslow.
And another packed race here. We've got people doubling up in lanes again. Isaac Rothwell sporting a very fancy New Balance kit there, matching Tommy Bridger.
Let's see if he can match Bridger's
The
time.
pace. I'm not sure many people could match that pace.
No, it's not. It's quite scary knowing Bridger is in the 1:47s for the 800.
And can still run an incredible 3K super chase. He's got pretty impressive range.
Yeah, but can he go sub 50 in a 400?
Probably, yeah.
Probably. I can't. My 400 PB is 50.00, if anyone's wondering.
Impressive. Need a dip.
If Ryan Elston is watching, then
Maybe your
we had a
4 by
good
10
race
minutes
for
today
that.
could have helped that.
Yeah. Alright, let's get underway. So just to remind you, it's 54 seconds through 400. But people to look out for here, probably Finn Hutchinson, Evan Grime, Isaac Rothwell as well. I'm excited to see him racing. He's been in very good form in the sessions lately, so.
Pace easing into the front there. He's not got as much of a fight as Eddie Hunter had in that last race to try and get to the front.
It's a bit more even this one. They went through in about 26, 27.
It looks like no one quite wants to stick on that pacer. He's got a bit of a gap.
So it's Evan Grime followed by Dan Galloway with Oakley Denson just on his shoulder. No one's really wanting to be the one that takes it on, knowing that they will be on their own in that last lap. Yeah, so the pace is a little bit off on this one. 55.5.
But none of the guys really went with it, so maybe that pacer just decided he was going to adjust his pace slightly, slow it down so that the athletes had someone to take. And it looks like they maybe picked it up.
Yeah, certainly a race on our hands here. Evan Grime currently at the front, with a blanket of racers just behind them.
It's going to be a long kick from home.
Again, we see Evan kick from 200 out. We saw it work in the previous race. Will it work in this one as well?
But you could have a Tommy situation coming round in that last 70 metres.
Yes, I can see Finn Hutchinson absolutely storming around the slingshot bend. He's looking very, very strong. Can he take the win here?
It looks like it's going to be a really close one.
Evan
on the
is
line.
holding on. I'm not sure he's going to take it.
No.
And Evan
quite.
takes it in 1:51. I feel like Finn Hutchinson waited a little bit too long there to take that, because he did definitely finish the fastest out of the lot. Yeah, Evan Grime doing really well to hold off the field there. Yeah, 4 or 5 riders finishing in that 1:51. It's three exciting races. And I'm now going to pass you on to Freya Bennett to commentate on the women's BMC races.
Okay. Hello, Freya.
Hello, Kate.
We've got a very exciting race on our hands here.
Yeah,
Quite
so
a
it
lot
looks
of-
like the women's to BMC is up next. And it doesn't look like, I think there's only one of these, so yeah, not too many. And it doesn't currently look like they're going to be having to double up in any lanes either.
Showing a bit of a difference between the men's and women's sign-ups for the BMC. Not sure what the reason for that is, but
Who knows? Well, hopefully they
One
can all
to-
have a good race.
yeah. At least these girls have got each other to kind of push them on.
Okay, and to give you a quick run through, we've got Olivia McGee, Bella Taylor, Isla McGowan, Charlotte Duart, I can't actually see, Katie Johnson, Evie Powell, can't speak, Sophie Purves, I don't know say their name, Abby Milners and Sarah Wilson, and it looks like Steph Fisher is pacing, but we don't know what pace they're going through at.
62s.
Oh, we do. It's 62s.
So that will be a pretty hot pace for some of these girls. I do know that Isla McGowan and Evie Powell have been on a pretty action-packed training camp in Double Santa recently.
Katie Johnson, also been in front
Yeah,
for
Katie
Easter.
Johnson.
She is a BUAC interest in this race for any of the viewers who are interested. Steph Fisher, she does a lot of pacing in these actually. I think it's quite good as a 400 4 hurdles specialist.
I saw Steph Fisher training this morning. It's a double
Really?
day for her.
Big day. Oh yeah, same.
Katie Johnson is the 800 metre specialist in this field. I know Isla and Evie have both run very fast 1500 PBs in the last week or so.
And Katie Johnson raced at Bury,
Yeah.
the Grand Prix the other day.
Yeah,
I think
she
she
ran
won
very fast,
her
didn't
race, 2:10. So she'll be hopefully looking to better that today.
Dip under that 210 barrier. Elusive for some. Okay, me.
Okay, prediction. What do you reckon the finishing time? First place athlete, what time are they going to finish in today?
I don't know. Well, it's being paced for 2:04.
If
But I
they can
think,
hold on.
I think we'll
2:04.
see something around 2:07.
Yeah, I agree. Maybe a 2:06.
Yeah, I'm
if
really
there's a lot
hoping
of speed.
Katie can dip under.
Yeah,
that
it'd be really
210
good
and
if
get
Katie
around
could get
that
under 210.
area.
She's been training very well recently as well. Okay, it looks like they're getting ready. Oh, official's put his official's whistle.
We're on the way.
Getting ready to start. Okay, and they're off.
Steph
Yeah.
Fisher heading out to take the lead. Looks like she'll easily.
Look like
get
she's
that.
easily going to come out first from the break. But other than that, the rest of them look like they're pretty. They've got a big pack there actually. All
Ooh.
pretty gone through pretty quick. Oh,
And they've sped past the pacemaker.
and I can't see. I'm not sure who that first vest is actually. But you can see. Oh, there you go. You can see Steph Fisher taking the lead, taking through 200 in about just a shade over 30. So maybe it'll slow slightly for the second 200 to hit that 62 pace that's asked. And you can see that's Isla McGowan who's taking the lead at the moment, slotting in behind Steph Fisher.
In the bamboo vest there. So it looks like they are going to go with this pace, the 62s, if that's what.
Oh, and it looks
shown
like there's
on
a
the
bit of
clock.
barging going on at the back as you've got quite a tight pack of them there.
Shows that all these girls are obviously quite comfortable with this pace because they're not strung out at all. They're all.
And they're just
they're all
coming
there,
through the line now.
Oh, and that is a 63.86. So obviously.
So slightly slower than asked for, but it could have changed. They could have asked for something different on the line.
Potentially they
And it'll
didn't.
be interesting to
fancy
see if
62.
anyone takes it on now. And it looks like that's
Isla
Evie Powell
McGowan.
coming up onto the shoulder of Isla.
Two training partners
Two
there, I
training
think.
partners pushing each other on. It's always nice to have someone. And Katie Johnson also looks like she might be starting to make a move down that back straight.
Isla's
but
made
McGowan,
a big move.
she's pushing on, and they've got just over 200 to go. And that's about 135-ish, 3,200. And they've all spread out. The field has spread slightly now as they're coming into this final section of the race.
A little bit of a gap growing between the first two and Evie. And then Katie just behind there.
Oh, and then there's a fast finisher coming through there, coming into fourth place. And now this is where it hurts for them, and they've just got to try and hold on to make it through the line. It's
Isla
currently
McGowan,
202,
she's grimacing,
3.
but it looks like she's going to win this one by a nice one. 207.
207.
Oh, and I said it,
You
didn't I?
did call it. 207.24.
Oh, it was actually 209.
No.
Oh, okay. It's 207.
I don't know. The finishing clock looks like it says 207.
207.24 for Isla McGowan. I think that will be a big PB.
Shame I can't see any of the PBs. But yeah, you can see them coming through here again.
That was the one BMC 800. Oh, a nice hug there for Isla and Evie. Good to see everyone being supportive of each other. It was a great race. They all kind of pushed each other on and worked together.
Oh, I can't quite do the finishing times. And it's the next race we have upcoming is the first of the men's 1500s. Those are still part of the BMC. Before we've got the open 1500s coming later on.
Got quite a lot of black interest as well.
Though I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure I saw both Archie and Ollie training this morning, so they may no longer be racing.
Oh yeah, I did actually see one.
If not, that's an interesting tactic.
Double session. Finn Ward is a
on
big
the-
proponent of the double session, so
he
would support
loves
that.
a double session. Oh, you can see the results of the men's 800 on there. With Tommy Bridger with his 147.68. Tyler, is that quicker than you now?
Oh.
No? Oh, it's not
Tyler's
quicker.
munching on a sweet and looking smug.
You are? 2 years ago, apparently. Oh.
Well, he's got a bit of work to do then. But combined, if you added up your 800, 1500 and 3K steeplechase PB and compared it to Tommy's, who would win? Ever. Oh, I think I might look it up on Power of 10 right now.
I saw a video of you water jumping the other day, you know? 15 steeplechase. I see. Not fancy taking it back up.
I'm going to confirm or deny any second.
For the points.
No four, just 8 and 15.
Dear. Men's 1500. So, okay, well, they're not on the line yet.
Wait, maybe Tyler should probably comment on this. But actually,
Yeah,
I think we provide more.
Oh,
insight?
He'll like a little
Tyler, would you like to commentate on the 15?
jump back on the comms.
Did
He prefers camera.
you?
Huh?
Earlier in the 400, Fred was on the phone and they were running down there and the camera just moves there. I was like,
It's because I was having to do what. Well, maybe you should.
yeah, you were late.
So a few scratches from this race. Ryan Martin,
Scratches.
Archie Parkinson, and Ollie Smart, you said, was training earlier.
Yeah, it's not Archie and Ollie training. You know, who knows? Wait and see when they start. So I believe Adam Day is pacing. He's going through 156 through 800. Is that correct?
Yeah, 156 through 800.
And so what sort of time does that give us for finishing 1500?
I think that's about 336, 337.
336, 337. Okay, and look, prediction, who do we think is going to take the win today and what time?
I think Jacob and Tuffin are going to have a good race in this one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and who's going to come out on top on the Tommy Shaw, Sam Hopkins little matchup?
I've got to go with Tommy Shaw, I think, on this one.
Off his Bury, was it 300 euros that he won?
300 euros, yeah.
300 euros at the Grand Prix
Little paycheck.
for coming third. Nice little paycheck.
We also have Joel Gomez from the United States. I'm not sure what kind of form he's in.
We don't know where in the United States either, just somewhere in the US.
Drake.
Oh, Marky P's winning as well, apparently.
Yeah, so the wind has died down a little bit. Hopefully that means people can make it an honest race.
Actually looks a bit of a smaller field than initially anticipated. But
only 6 athletes in the race with the pacer. So the boys have really got to work together in this one, I think.
But they're already a little bit strung out behind the pacer, which just shows that it's quite a quick pace that's been asked for. And that is Jacob Can, who is leading it from Joe Tuffin.
Yeah, already everyone's in a line. Jacob Can, followed by Joseph Tuffin, followed by Tommy Shaw, Sam Hopkins.
The last two.
With Liam Conway just behind Hopkins.
But they've got a nice train going, and we'll see what they get through their first 400 split, where we're looking for a 58, and it looks like it was a 58.
Yeah, that was spot on by Adam Day there.
Spot on by Adam, so just another lap for him pacing to take them through before the real race gets started.
Sam Hopkins just falling off the train ever so slightly, but
Still early doors.
Still very on
early
in the
doors.
race.
Maybe this is his game plan. Let Tommy think that he's drifted, and then he'll come through towards
yeah,
the
Sam
late
Hopkins has
stages.
impressed in training recently. Notably the K8642
Oh, and it looks like they're
session.
bunching a little behind Adam Day at the front there. And this will be 700 as they pass through. Oh, and Adam Day drops out. Drops out as the pacer.
So Adam Day gets a 700 there.
And it's still Jacob Can who is leading for Western Tempo, followed by Tuffin and Tommy Shaw. So the top three has not changed since the start. And that was through 800, about, I think that looked like 150.
Yeah, 156 point there.
Okay, did not see that.
So the first 800 is spot on. But we do not want Jacob Can leading it the whole way.
And it looks like they've spread out slightly forward. That top three is still as a group, but there's a little gap growing between fourth and from fourth to fifth as well. And as they come through here, though, this lap is the most important, as they need to focus here, as they'll be hitting the bell as they come through now with 400 to go. And it might end up being a bit of a last lap burn-up. And it looks like Jacob Can is pushing on and pushing the pace into this last four. But the top three have still stayed the same, and they are still working together. Oh, it looks like Jacob Can is moving ahead slightly, opening a little gap up on Tuffin into second.
Tommy Shaw has blown Sam Hopkins away. All the content on their story this week. Quite funny to see Sam Hopkins thinking he could actually beat Tommy Shaw.
Well, the real race looks like it's between Tommy Shaw and Tuffin here, as Tommy Shaw is still firmly on his shoulder. But there's a gap growing with Jacob Can taking the lead, coming into the final straight now. And it looks like Tommy Shaw is coming past Joe Tuffin.
Yeah, a Jeffro head-to-head here, Tommy Shaw versus
GRC.
Joe Tuffin. But it is Jacob Can pushing all the way to the line and see what he can run here.
With it as he comes right through the line. 340.82.
Tommy Shaw has absolutely smashed his PB. I believe it'd be like a 342 from Tommy there. Taking 5 seconds off of his PB. Adam E coming through for 353.
He's there, he's given it his all, he's lying on the track.
Oh, let's get a shot.
It's blocked by the pole. It's blocked by the pole.
I can't see. Blocked by the pole.
Yeah, he must for sure be happy with that.
Jacob Can continues to impress over the season.
He led that pretty much gun to, oh no, yeah.
Yeah, gun to tape.
Gun to tape.
Helped out by Adam Day,
Oh,
700.
it's a nice little hug there between Sam and Tommy.
Yeah, it's nice to see that there. Their rivalry isn't too...
It's not too deep.
Not too deep.
And so the second lot of the second men's 1500, the B race, is getting lined up. I think this one's 59, so that's 158 by George Rowland, which will be an 800 season's best for him, he states.
We have one person very excited to watch George Rowland race with us here.
Special fun. Okay, but to talk you through the rest of the field, on the lineup we have written down, we have Adam Barber, Quinmiel Ingram, Callum Jones, Dan Maud, Baljeev Kandola, James McRae, Matthew Jackson, Samuel Stapley, Joseph Skanes, Daniel Owen, Dom James and Sam Costley. We'll find out in a second if they are all present, as they're about to get underway.
Yeah, it looks like a much bigger field in this one, so it should be a bit more of a race.
And they've started off strongly, and you can see George Rowland there taking up the front as the pacer.
George Rowland's form is absolutely majestic to watch. Them arms working just really, really efficient. So George has a task of going through in 1:58, I believe.
So 59 for 400.
Just check his watch there just to make sure it's going.
He's staying on pace. He's staying on pace. That's what you like to see. Because of course we've got no wave lights at the moment, but hopefully they'll be back for the Grand Prix. But you know, we'll see. Watch this space. But just looking through the field, it doesn't look like we can see Quinn in the field, so maybe that's one potential dropout. But other than that, still a full field.
We've got the music on finally.
Who is it? I can't hear. Oh yeah, a bit of
Got a
background
bit of
music. That'll get
going
them
on.
going. Oh, and
So
George
through
going through.
459.
So that's perfect pacing, although it doesn't quite look like the front of the pack
Yeah, he
is
did
going
surge
with
a
him.
little bit just to hit that split.
Well, it's the 800 split we're more worried about. So, but they're starting to spread out a little bit more now, so less bunching. But they're still looking good, still looking smooth.
So we've got Samuel Stapley from Brighton Phoenix in second right now. I believe he's been at altitude.
Who's that? 342. Is that who you just mentioned?
Oh, so Joel Gomez is in this race, not
Ah.
the race previously.
Moved down a race. Which looks like maybe he's looking to take a win here today, as he is leading them out, and he's got a little, like a 1-2
George
meter
goes through in about 2 minutes, so
oh,
a
and
little
if
bit
you
slow,
look,
but we'll let George off.
the race is split into 2 packs. Well, that is being bridged by an athlete there, trying to hang on to the back of the first pack.
Quick shout out, Paul Rowland.
Yeah, he's been informed we'll be watching. And they're looking, we've got about 500 meters to go, so penultimate time coming down the home straight here.
Joel Gomez still leading with Samuel Stapley just behind him.
And it looks like the groups are kind of merging again. Oh, you can
Adam
see,
Barber just moving over to second now,
you see Dan Maud there as well, coming
with
to
Belgi
the bell.
Pandola in fourth, and Dan Maud just in fifth.
Oh, and that might have been a little drop out there during mid-race, so I hope they're doing well. But, do we know who this is?
Adam Barber, I think.
We think it's
leading
Adam
the-
Barber who
the
is
pack home.
leading the pack home with 200 to go now. So just whether he can keep that lead. Oh, but it looks like we've got some fast finishers here. As they approach 150 to go and into the home straight.
Coming home with 100 meters to go is still Adam Barber, but it is Belgi Pandola on his shoulder.
And he looks
Can
like he's
Adam
finishing
hold it off?
strongly, but he looks like he might just hold on to it
Looking very strong this last 50 meters.
as he
Coming
comes
through the line
through
in
in
3:47.
3:47.61. So that looks like a strong race for them.
Sam Crossy just coming through the line there. Pushing all the way to the line. Very exciting race, that one. See, that's what happens when you have more people in the race. A lot more exciting, more things can happen. More people can take on the front as well, which I think Jacob Kahn needed in that A race. Yeah, this meet always attracts a lot of alumni. Why wouldn't you want to come back to the track of dreams?
Will you come back?
Certainly.
Ever?
Certainly.
We've had quite a few Western tempo here tonight, actually. You can see the distinctive orange vest. There's been a couple in this past race. Oh, and it looks like on the far straight we can see the C race lining up, ready to go. And this is meant to be paced at 62s by Tommy Bridger, fresh off his 800-meter PB. Assuming he is still pacing.
If he is not throwing up in the bushes.
That is if he's capable of running now.
I currently can't see him, but
I can't see him either, but, you know.
we are blocked by the hammer cage.
Yeah, vision impaired. Oh, and you can see the results. Oh no, it's the men's 800 again. The women's BMC 800, won by Isla McGowan in 2:07. Okay, so the lineup we have here for the 1500 meter BMC C race, you've got Ray Lenoir of
Wickham.
Wickham and Buac, George Christmas of Cambridge. Oh my gosh, the screen's just moved. Owen Olvig, Sam Winters, Ewan Busfield, Johnny Brooke, Henry Johnston, Archie Pinder, Tom Archer, Alex Burrows, Jake Percy and Cosmo Benyon.
And Tom Bridger is here, in fact. He's just changed his
He just doesn't
top.
have his bright New Balance top on. He's chasing the...
I think he just lapped his watch after 100 metres. Or what?
He maybe wants every 100 split, just to make sure.
Split perfect pacing here.
And
which is good for the race.
Good for the race.
Good for the sport. That's what you want to see.
62s is what we want to see.
No lap split there though. What's he playing at?
I'm sure he probably didn't lap his split. Lap his watch.
I saw him do it at 100. I will be having words with him after.
Oh, okay.
So it is Cosmo Benyon just behind Bridger there.
And again, they're slightly spread, but there's a little bit of bunching between them. Not in a complete train. And we'll just get their 400 meter split as they go through the first lap.
So it should be 62, and
oh,
that looks about right.
That looked pretty much perfect. Perfect pacing there.
So Bridger's lap pacing is spot on.
Is that a Cambridge vest in second?
I believe so.
I believe so. So maybe Tommy knows them.
Yeah. Tommy Bridger pacing his fellow clubmate George Christmas around. Doesn't look like there's many people following George.
Yeah, he looks like he's running away with it a little bit at the moment. There's a slight gap between first and second.
But it doesn't look like the athlete currently in second has reattached. Always a tricky decision at this point in the race, deciding whether to stick with that front pack or sit back.
And finish strong. And you can see towards the end of the field, you've got Ray and you've also got Tom, some of the BUAC interest within this race. You might be looking for the strong finish.
So Tom goes through there in about 203, 204.
Oh, and Tom's still going past 800.
I wouldn't expect anything less. Clearly shows that he wasn't working hard enough in the 800 though.
See how far he can go to help these guys along in their 15. Oh, okay. Just an extra 100. But I'm sure they'll be very grateful for taking that extra little bit of running for them.
Another backer, Tom Archer, has ran this very well. He was at the back about 100 metres ago, but now he's moved up into
and he's moving through with Ray as well. So they're working together nicely.
Yeah, him and Ray.
Training partners working together.
Certainly.
And these guys will be looking to take the bell, and you've got two of them who are running away from the rest of the field at the moment, but we'll see whether they can hold on to that lead. So 2:51 through the bell.
George Christmas followed by Ewan Busfield. They've got to work together here, otherwise I feel like the pack
might be closing. It looks like the pack could be gaining.
Tom Archer's
making a move down, looking like he's going to make a move down the back straight. And he is.
Closely followed by Ray, who was at in third, who is coming on their heels last 100 metres.
That is a very well-judged race from Ray. He's moved through wonderfully there.
But it is Sam Winters as we come through to the last 50 metres, looking very strong.
And looks like Ray might take second here.
Sam Winters with the win in 3:51.9.
3:51.99, just under 3:52.
With Tom Archer coming through in about 3:57. Very nice to see Tom back racing after a while. Yeah, very, very impressive running from Sam Winters there. Paced that perfectly. Knew when to kick. Didn't lead for more than 70 metres in that race, I'd say. And that's exactly what you'd want.
I think I'm going to be joined back by Kate, getting another female's perspective on the women's 1500. And there's only one BMC Women's 15, and they're looking for 69s, being paced by Annie, who ran a very good 400 earlier today.
Yeah, she might still have a bit of lactic in the legs from that.
Well, hopefully she's had enough time to recover to get around 2 laps here. So to talk you through the field, it looks like we've got Amy Whiteman, Ruby Vinton, Lily Saxon, Iris Courtney, Bryony Gunn, Darcy Bass, Libby Hale, Sarah Bourne, Sophie Hurst, Isla Porter and Zoe Hunter.
Slightly smaller starters potentially than the men's races, but still plenty of girls to all work together.
Yeah, and I've heard from Lily and Zoe that they would be looking to work together during this race today. That is Lily, the 800-metre specialist.
Yeah, stepping up. She's done a few 1500s.
She did a very speedy 15 the other week, actually, and ran a PB of 4:28. So I'm sure she'll be looking to continue that momentum throughout this, throughout the season.
Lily and Zoe, both members of the Gutsy Run Club, so let's hope they're
GRC.
showing their guts today.
And look, there they are already running together, training partners.
They've got a plan.
Running together.
Annie, looking at her watch, she's. Don't know if any. Yeah, people are going with her.
Looks like they're going. Yeah.
69s is pretty speedy.
But they look like they're pretty bunched up together, actually. That looks almost 3 across in places there.
Bryony Gunn was here at the last track and field series running a 3K, so a bit of a drop in distance for her, but I'm sure good to get a bit of speed in the legs. And they've now got a bit of a soundtrack. Before it was a bit sad and silent, but
bit of
got some music going finally. Tyler Billiard came through with the Spotify playlist. The no swearing Spotify playlist.
Okay, did your laptop not connect? I
No,
heard there was some
apparently
sand in the the connection jack, but I don't know. Those are Luke Gunn's words, not mine. So
well, whenever
maybe
I've connected it to anything, it's worked. So he obviously doesn't have the knack.
Oh, and it
of my
looks
laptop.
like no one's quite going with the pace of Annie, as there's a little bit of a gap between her and Bryony Gunn, who is the first racing athlete in this race.
It's always difficult for pacers to know whether to just keep going at their pace or drop back a bit and help
take a bit of the wind. Not that there's much wind tonight. It looks relatively, although I can see a bit of tree movement.
There was a bit earlier, but I think it might have dropped a bit.
Might have dropped a bit. Hopefully it drops for these girls as they're racing. So yeah, Annie's still leading them through, looking very strong.
376 Amy Whiteman has moved into second. Zoe Hunter has also moved past her teammate Lily Saxon, is now on the shoulder. She's also got great 800 pedigree, so we'll probably have a pretty good sprint finish.
Yeah, both of them very, very pacey athletes, and that's Annie going through in about
220,
about
219,
219, 220. So maybe slightly slower than what was asked, but you never know. They might have asked to have it slower on the line, and they didn't quite go with the pace anyway. So maybe they didn't want to 218. And it looks like Zoe Hunter's making a move into second there, so that's quite a strong move from her. But you've got a pack there of 1, 2, 3, 6 of them maybe? I can't quite count.
Everyone is getting a little bit more strung out now.
Yeah.
Obviously
so
maybe a little bit of an insertion of pace by Amy Whiteman at the front.
But this is the lap that you've got to really focus, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't zone out on lap 3 of 1500.
Yeah, and they'll be looking to take the bell here as well. So we'll see if we have a last lap burn up for these as well. But the girls are all looking strong. They're all looking quite smooth as they approach the bell.
Lily
and see
Saxon
what time
still
they get
hanging
through.
in there. And that's 3:14 at the bell for Amy Whiteman, and she,
Oh, and she looks like she's
accelerates
kicking
off
off.
the start line.
Yeah, that looked quite a decisive move, but that's a long way. That's a long run for home.
Yeah, Bryony Gunn is moving in to maybe shadow it, but it looks like Amy Whiteman's built a bit of a gap that no one can quite keep up with. Lily Saxon
and Lily
moving around the
Saxon's
outside
making
now.
quite a big move down that home straight. And
She
she
used that
looks,
800-metre speed to make up the ground in this last 300
it
metres.
looks like she is closing there on Amy Whiteman. And yeah, with approaching 200 to go, Lily hits the front.
And I think that's Ruby Vinton as well that's going past.
Yeah, Ruby
on the
Vinton
shoulder of
there
Amy
into
Whiteman.
second.
And it's Lily Saxon that's going to take the
She's
lead
really
in the last
opened up the
100
field.
metres.
Maybe,
But Ruby Vinton looks really strong behind her.
maybe
Lily's-
Lily needs to step up to 15.
Yeah, maybe 15 is her
Maybe
calling.
15's her calling.
She's
And
grimacing now, though.
really strong,
Ruby
but-
Vinton's looking really strong behind.
giving chase. We'll
Is
see whether
gonna
Lily can
her
hold
off?
on.
It looks like maybe just about.
And look what sort of time. Oh, they look like they're
This
on
is gonna be
a
an insane
flying
time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
4:22.
Massive PB
That's
for
a big
Lily Saxon.
PB for Lily Saxon. That's incredible running from her.
She's just come back from a font trip, so
Yeah, clearly.
it's the altitude has been
font
doing
does it
wonders.
for you. Yeah, 4:28 the other day. That's another 6 seconds off that.
And that
So
was a
4:22
PB anyway.
And that was a big PB anyway. So she's gonna be
She's had those aerobic gains.
she's gonna be so happy with that.
Looking
Yeah.
very happy.
She looks happy.
Great run from Ruby Vinton as well. I think I saw her at Bury the other day. So big week of racing. Make a runner. And we now move on to the last track events of the day. There's a lot of them though, so don't worry, we're nowhere near the finish yet. With the open 1500s.
Oh, and there's a bit of upbeat music.
We've
sounds
got
like
the vibes going
a bit
now.
of example in the background there.
Thanks to Tyler's laptop. No, Freya's.
No, it's not mine. It's not mine.
Aiden's laptop maybe.
No, I think it is Tyler's actually. I don't know. Or maybe Aiden. Who knows? Who knows? Regardless, it's good to have a bit of motivation for the athletes.
Oh, we've got some old results coming up.
BMC Men's.
What was Tommy Shaw's PB before?
Tyler, what was Tommy Shaw's PB before?
Oh wow, that was a huge
That's
PB
a
from
big
Tommy Shaw.
PB. 3:42 that he's just run there.
He's making great moves this season,
Yeah, he'll be super happy with that, I'm sure.
buoyed by his cash prize from the previous race.
Yeah,
Maybe he's been able to buy himself some new spikes or something.
maybe he's just been training really well.
Yeah, maybe he's just been
Maybe
training
it's the
really
training.
hard.
Oh, it looks like we've got a lot of Brat athletes in this race. Yeah, a lot of Brat athletes actually.
So this is the first of 7 open 1500s.
What?
Yeah, 7. Tyler's shocked. 7's a big number.
Big shout out
For a
to
small brain. No. We don't have any more.
there was a one spare copy
I thought.
printed shot of this, but I thought you guys had that already.
We didn't know we were doing the open.
And they're off. Paced by Steph Fisher.
Second pacing job of the night, I think.
Just scroll down.
Looking to go through in
76s.
76s.
Which would give these guys a 4:45 clocking, which is significantly faster than any of the PBs we've got listed here. So maybe some people are on for a massive PB night tonight. In
Yeah.
fact, one guy has already sprinted past the pacemaker. That's number
Is it Fraser Stamp, possibly?
170.
Yeah, that's Fraser
Fraser
Stamp.
Stamp.
He's
PB
currently
of 5:30, but
5:30,
he's
but
currently operating at faster than 4:45 pace. So
he might be in some really quick shape.
yeah, he's got confidence in his shape. He knows what he's doing.
But the rest of the pack also seems like they've strung out a little bit, and indeed we split into two sort of packs.
Oh, we've got another move past the pacemaker going.
That's one of
That's
the
167.
That's a brat athlete.
Doesn't seem to appear. Oh, and an ad sign. PB of 5:23. So.
And so Steph Fisher is going through there in a pretty much bang on 76, which is what she was asked for. So that is that 4:45 pace. And the athlete who is in second behind the pacer, let's see who that is. I can't quite see a number. Is that Isabella? Potentially.
It could be. I don't know.
Potentially. First girl through anyway.
192.
192.
Not Isabella.
No, it is. Oh.
I
I don't
think
know.
the numbers
I don't
might
know
be
if-
slightly wrong because that's the wrong gender.
Yeah. And yeah. not much more to say on that really.
Is it Fraser?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's still
Fraser
Fraser
is
still
well
out and
ahead of
ahead.
the pace. He looks pretty calm.
Yeah, they
Quite
look
smooth.
Everyone's looking quite comfortable, to be fair to them.
2 laps to go. And I think our second place athlete is 92, not 192.
92, yes.
Who is down? Charlotte Askell.
From Bromsgrove.
PB
in
of
the red-
5:10.
Yeah, so again, if she sticks at this pace, then that should be a big PB for her too.
A lot of these athletes, I bet, have sub 5 minutes in mind. Would explain the pacing choices. And that's a pretty big barrier to get through as a under 15 girl or under 13 girl or boy.
As a junior athlete.
As a junior athlete, yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. Very strung out, apart from the 2 at the back.
And it looks like
Charlotte's
Charlotte could
making
be
ground on
closing
Fraser.
On Fraser.
But only 1 lap to go when they get around here, so
Yeah, coming
can Fraser hold off? Has
home
his
straight before the
tactic of
bell.
heading off in front of the pace and worked out, or should
Is
he
the even pacing
Mhm.
of Charlotte gonna pay dividends? We shall see.
And just behind Charlotte, we've got 118. Poppy Dunlop from Hales.
From Hales Owen. And they hit the bell, and it is still Fraser who is leading them through.
Can he kick off this final lap?
It would be a massive PB for him. If
Charlotte
he
and Poppy
can.
have identical PBs, so they might know that. They might think they need to stick on each other, see if
might
they
be
can.
a bit of a rivalry going
Yeah.
on that they're ready to.
We've all had those rivalries. I think yours was certain Georgie.
Oh,
Georgie
me and
Campbell.
Georgie Campbell. No, Georgie
Shout
was
out Femke
miles.
Rosbergen for mine.
Georgie was miles better than me. Georgie paced me to my first ever sub 5 1500 actually.
Nice.
In a Heart of England, I believe. But anyway, back to that. It looks like Fraser has actually kicked on again and opened up a slightly larger gap now
To the
back
point where
to
he
Charlotte.
was off the camera for a while. Tyler's not paying attention. And yeah, big gap now.
Yeah, fire the cameraman. Just a previous comment directed, I'm sure, at Tyler. And he looks like he's coming into the home straight now.
Is that sub 5 minute clocking going to be on? I think it might
he's
be.
on
It's going to be tight for
4:40
Charlotte,
now,
but for Fraser, I think.
they've got 15 seconds to
I
break.
think he's
break 5,
sorted it,
and
but those girls
he might be able
behind.
to see the clock and to drive through the line, and that's a big finish from him as well.
4:52.
4:51.91.
And I think Charlotte's going to break the 5 minutes. Yes, just about. Insane running. Massive PB for her.
That'll be a big barrier that she's.
In
happy
fact,
to
massive
break.
PBs for all of these guys.
Yeah. According to this, no one had broken
had broken
5:10 before this.
No
oh
one
no.
broke
Jacob apparently
Apart from
ran
Jacob Wagner.
5:06. But maybe he also got a PB today.
Maybe.
So what a good night of running for them.
A pretty exciting start to the Open 1500s.
Good
And
job.
in the background, we
We've got
can
6 more
see-
of them to go.
Yeah, resident elite athlete Jess Bailey. Oh, got a bit of tummy issue going on.
Oh yeah. See you there with Luke Gunn.
And Eleanor Strevens,
On
fresh off her 800 win at Bury.
Yeah, and
on
a
the-
PB.
And a PB.
Oh.
Oh, medical assistance.
Sorry?
Tyler's going for a week.
Race on my actually. So we're about to get underway with the second of the Open 1500. And we're slightly short on camera operators today. So Kate has just left me on commentary, just taking over the camera briefly. And so to talk you through this lineup, we've got Mustafa Bailey, Annabelle Wood, Amelia Jones, Madeline Jacks, Daniel Margiotta, Diego Dalmedo, Tabitha Todd, Burak, nice, Ella Purvis, Ben Eden, Daniel Tyler, Libby Koss and Lila Pierce. And it looks like quickest time in the field is 4:48 by Ben Eden. And Eddie Hunter is pacing again, and he looks like he's doing 74s per 400, which would give us a 4:37 pace. So again, that would be a big PB for any of the members in the field. A couple who will also be looking to go break that sub-5 barrier, as they might have been close in the past. And it looks like we've got two Brat runners who are taking up the early lead in this race. So we've got 119, who is Ben Eden, who is the quickest in the field on paper, 4:48, and he is. Oh, there's a couple of girls in this race as well, so that'll make a good race. Oh, Kate's back. Well, will be back maybe. But they look relatively bunched together. It's not a big long train. It's slightly shorter.
And I have returned because Tyler has returned from the bushes to take over the cameraman duty. 75 seconds through 400, so that is slightly slower than what was previously suggested, but I'm sure these athletes will appreciate the pacing. Let's run off as well. Very strung out already, with 2.5 or 2 and a bit laps to go. Got a bit of Buak representation in here from Tabby Todd. And then Eddie Hunter at the front doing a great pacing job. We'll get some names and numbers as they come around here and we can have a clearer look. So behind Eddie Hunter is 119. That is Ben Eden, an under 15 boy with a PB of 4:48. This pace is set for 4:37, so that would be a big PB from him if he could maintain the pace once Eddie drops out. Just behind him from Stoke is 148, Daniel Margiotta. also an under 15 boy with a PB of 450. So again, if he sticks onto this pace, he's going to be on for a massive PB. The first girl is 1:13, I think. Libby Koss, an under 15 girl with a PB of 454. So she is a little bit in no man's land at the moment. Really wants to either motor on and try and stick onto those guys in front of her, or for someone to come up behind to give her a bit of a push. But at the moment, it's all down to her. Keep maintaining that pace and looking smooth. And Eddie Hunter drops out at 900 metres. So he's taking them a little bit further than pacers normally do, which is really good. I'm sure the boys will really appreciate that. And now they need to work together as a little duo, see if they can push each other onto PBs. I think at the moment they're really on track for big PBs, but as we said, in the third and fourth lap of a 1500, it can all go very wrong. Bit of grimacing from 148 there. Daniel, obviously feeling the pain a bit, but he's only got a lap to go. Just needs to grit his teeth and hang on to Ben in front of him. Through the bell in about 3:26, I want to say. Everyone else warming up for their 1500 in the background. Coming into the last 300, and I think Daniel's probably made up a bit of ground again. Has Ben gone too quickly? They both look smooth still. Looking for a big kick in these last 200 to see if they can get under that 440 mark. No one in this field has gone under no one's gone under 450. Oh no, Ben is fastest in the field with 448. But yeah, I'm sure that sub dipping under 440 would really make his day. And then there's Isabel just behind, the first girl still. It's also Libby. Everyone coming through the last 200, and we're into the final 100 for our leaders. Grimacing on all the faces now, but they've only got 50 metres left to go, and the clock's ticking up. Is it going to be sub 440? It looks like just outside. Oh, so close. 441. But still a massive PB. 7 seconds taken off there. And everyone crossing the line now. There'll still be a lot of sub 5 minute runs there. So I'm sure a lot of very happy athletes. Heat 3 just lining up now. Couple of BWAC representatives in here. We've got Abby Michalak and Willow Baker. I think Abby Michalak had a pretty tough 3,000 metre steeplechase the other day, so it'll be interesting to see how her legs are
because
feeling.
it got delayed quite considerably.
Yeah, big issues with the water jump, I think, at Bury.
And Willow Baker was also running a 15 in Bury, and I think she ran a little PB.
Yeah, there was definitely a PB there.
So hopefully she can get another one today.
Yeah, build on that momentum.
Yeah, she did a lot of the front running then, so maybe she'll do that same today. Maybe she'll sit in. We will we'll find out.
And the pace is Annie Testar again. So she's raced and paced twice today. Going to be some tired legs this evening. She's looking for 72s at 400, which would give these guys a 4:30 1500 metre time.
And through the rest of the field, we've got Kian Hazelwood, Carlong Thompson Young, Chuck Lam, Theo Olfig, Thomas Hines Outen, Martha Blower, Dara Cassidy, Iris Clark, Evan Tomlinson, Alexander Werrett, Abby Michalak, Henry Orton and Jade Charlton.
And times ranging from the 4:30s, with Thomas Hines Outen running 4:31 up to the mid 4:45. So a time of 4:30 would be a PB for all of these athletes.
Yeah, and hopefully they're quite evenly matched and they can get a nice race out of it as well.
Only one person going with the pace. Oh, they've bunched a bit now. I was going to say only one person's gone with the pace, but obviously Annie went out quite fast just to make sure she was in the lead, and now they've all settled in a bit.
Always useful to get to the front.
Yeah, as a pacer, that's
in these races.
quite a key component of your job. And so sticking right on Annie, struggling with the curve a bit, is 181, Evan Tomlinson. And they're all 132. That's Thomas Hines Outen, the fastest in the field, and 157, Henry Orton. And there's Willow Baker, the first girl coming through the line.
Yeah.
She'll want to stick on these boys and see how long she can last up there.
Maybe she'd go for the win.
Yeah,
maybe
there's
that's
nothing stopping her going for the win. We would love to see a girl take on the guys.
And let's see what Annie's coming through, 400 in. Looks about
quite fast.
70-ish, give or take.
So slightly faster than these guys have asked for, but maybe that was a discussion that happened on the start line, or maybe she just believes that they can run faster. You never know. She's got intuition.
But they're still quite bunched actually.
Yeah, a bit strung out towards the back.
Considering it was quicker than expected as well.
At the front, they're all hanging in there, and it's still Evan Thomas, I think, sitting on the shoulder with Thomas Hines Outen just there, running on the outside of lane 1, which is an interesting choice, but.
Well, maybe he wants a clear line to run.
Yeah, clear line, no chance of tripping.
Oh, he's in a bit in lane 2 though as well.
Yeah.
Running slightly further, but you know, maybe he's planning to make a move.
He's just shadowing Annie at the moment. Annie will be coming around to 800 now. We'll get a split to that. And I wonder if she'll take them a little bit further. Or
if it's her last pacing job at the night, maybe she'll see how far she can help these guys out.
Through 800 in about 2:24, 25. And Annie calls it a day there. All the coaches lining up on the back straight, watching.
Oh, and there's been a bit of change towards the front, as there's a pack of 4 who've separated slightly from the rest of the field.
And a new female leader, and I'll have a look at her number as soon as it comes into sight. I think
that might be Iris Clark of Derby,
yes,
potentially.
It could be. There's Abby Michalak, and 140 is Chuck Lamb.
And yeah,
we've also got a new leader at the front. That's 103. 107?
187?
107. That's Darren Cassidy. His PB is 4:35. So if he's on the pace that we think they're on, then this should be a good PB pace for him.
Through the bell. So yeah, if he runs a 70, that's 4:28. So who knows?
I think a 70 is well within these guys.
Well within their sights.
Although on tired legs at the end of 1500, it does feel pretty tough. Oh, we've got a few people doing strides. I thought that was another member of the race, pulling in a bit of a spurt there, but apparently not.
Oh, but they've really spread out now. But their top 2 has stayed the same for the whole of this last lap, and they're coming in with 200 meters to go.
Got a kick in this last 200.
And that's still Darren Cassidy who's in the lead.
And 181 Evan Tomlinson is shadowing him. So has he got anything left? But it looks like Darren Cassidy has well and truly broken him. And Darren Cassidy will be in the lead coming into the home straight.
Yeah, and it looks like he still looks strong coming into the last 100 meters. And 10 seconds to break 4:30. So let's see whether he can just dip under.
I think he might.
It might be close. 7:28.
Yeah, 4:28.
4:28.68.
That's a 7-second PB for Darren
Big
Cassidy.
PB for him, and under the elusive 4:30.
And a massive PB for Evan
And that's
Tomlinson.
the first girl who's come through there. Was that Iris? Was it Iris Clark? And that could probably be a big. Willow Baker coming through as well.
4:43, I think, for Willow. big question though. Did Georgie make it to the start line?
Oh no, she has.
Oh. Yes, there's a few people with traumatic stories in the next race actually. Georgie Campbell did break down on the way home from work today.
Broke down in Harborne.
In
Had to
Harborne.
get rescued, get an Uber back home, and she's still made it.
Yeah, pretty
So-
committed. She only entered the race about 3 hours ago as well, so
Yep.
she's
So maybe
it's been a
she's
big day.
taking maybe quite a relaxed approach to this.
Yeah, maybe that will work.
could
Georgie
work
takes
in
a
her
relaxed,
favour.
relaxed approach to quite a lot of things.
But she is the AJ Bell Birmingham
Great
half
half
champion. She's got £200 prize money from that as well, which is taken her out of her overdraft. So it might have been necessary.
She's still in her overdraft.
No, taking her out.
Okay.
Present tense, not past.
Yeah. Then Martha Collins also suffered a nasty tumble on the canal this morning.
Fell as she
Sporting
was
a
doing
good-
her shakeout this morning.
Yeah, good graze on her leg, so that
A little
might
bit of bruise as well.
yeah, a bit of a
but
bruise. Might hold her back,
might
but
be
maybe
playing in her mind. But I've seen her talking to Luke Gunn, her coach,
Yeah.
earlier, just before going. So maybe he'll have put those worries to bed.
We've also got Emily Hathaway. So that's three.
Again, a late
3 out of
entrant,
128 Tiv, and
to
Emily
this
Hathaway
race.
is sporting the 128 number, so that's what we like to
the
see, a bit of
lucky
house
128
representation.
number, some might say.
Yeah. And then other members of this race.
Oh wait, is Edie also in this race as well?
Yeah, we've got Edie and Emily Thompson, both BUAC and BUAC alumni
Both.
respectively.
Yeah.
So yeah, Emily Thompson, Tyler Kendrick, Abayomi Adedemeji, George Millenship, Sebastian Palmer, Christopher Burrows, Charlie Yates, Brandon Smart, Elliot Dorlati, Oscar Adams, Emily Hathaway, Martha Collins, Matthew Iyer, Chuck Chun Ambrose Lee, Edie Yelling, and Georgie Campbell. And this is being paced by Adam Day, who's going through 469, which would give the guys a 418 overall time.
Which is
So
pretty hot on the pace, really.
yeah, a significant PB for almost everyone in this race, apart from George Millenship, who's run 415.
So yeah,
Debatable whether George might have wanted to be in the race above.
who knows? Maybe only he knows what shape he's in.
Yeah, that's very true.
But yeah, this will be a good one, especially for the BUAC girls.
All members of one, well, apart from maybe 3 members of.
And Katie.
Yes. Never mind.
half the house racing.
No, I'm saying the people in this race.
Oh, okay, I see. And Edie's also been running well. Bit of a steeple, one of the steeplers, along with Martha.
Yeah, Luke Gunn's stable of steeplers.
And it looks like the race is immediately split into 2 packs. That early group of 4 who are going with the pacer, and then that slightly larger group. So they'll still have people to work with, even if they don't quite have the pacer at the head of their group.
Ambrose Lee is trying to make ground on that front pack, but it's risky business because he might find himself in no man's land. But the others behind him are all bunched up. Martha Collins on the outside of lane 1, trying to make a move up to the front, which might work out.
I think it will.
Yeah,
And
got
so
confidence.
they were asked for 69s. So we'll see what time they go through in. And it looks like they're beginning to spread a bit. So you can tell it's quite a hot.
Yeah, it's a hot pace for these guys.
Pace for these guys. And I missed them as they went through.
We've got a PB down here,
So
428 for Martha Collins, but I want to say it's 425.
No, it's 428. But she just went through in give or take 70, maybe.
So on pace for a
70.
PB, I would say.
On pace for a PB. And coming back from injury, but double injury, hit by the calves as well.
Yeah, we've had a femur stress fracture, or stress response, and calf issues. So the first race back, I think, for Martha. So this is a big moment
she
for her.
had a bit of a calf issue. She was going to do the Bucks
Yeah,
1500.
taking her out of Bucks 1500.
But good things take time. So here we are.
Right,
And what a race for the first race of the season.
And actually, these groups are kind of moving back together again. Our leader is 116. Elliot Dorlatley from the Brat Club.
And that's Emily Thompson, who's the first girl who's just gone through there.
Yeah. I think it's
and we've
Matthew
got Huss
Iyer.
and Georgie, who are working well together.
Christopher Burrows. Yeah, Emily and Georgie are working together well at the back. Edie's just got to hang on to the guy in front of her.
And so that's 800 metres that they've gone through in.
223, 224 for Martha, I think. 800. The watchful eyes of Dean Miller on the back straight and a Buick vest. Some more strides. And Emily and Georgie really working together there.
Yeah, they're together like glue, although Georgie's just putting a little bit of a spurt.
Oh, it's competitive. These two live
It's the
together.
third lap. It's the third lap. You've got to be hot on the pace, you know?
I don't know. Ooh, Georgie doesn't have a PB down, but Emily's PB is...
I think Georgie's just outside 4:30, give or take.
Yeah, 4:40 for Emily. So it'll be
But
interesting to see how they match
House
up.
has been running very well, I think, recently in training, so she should be... That
She's
PB
not
needs
the
to be...
AJ Bell Great Half.
She is not the Great Half winner, but...
Edie's found herself in a bit of no man's land there, so that'll be a tricky position to be in, but she just needs to keep eyes on that.
And that looks
people
like
in
our
front.
leader is well away.
Yeah,
And
through the bell in
312
3:11,
through the bell.
It's interesting to see that these groups have well and truly re-merged. The guys that went off really fast might be regretting that slightly.
But yeah, all the girls are actually looking really strong as they're going through. Everyone's hitting the bell.
And there looks to be a bit of a speed up in that front group. A few moves are being made, and maybe a little gap is forming between the four at the front. No, they're all maintaining. And our leader has built a nice gap, but his clubmate is approaching. It's narrowing slightly. He might have left it a little bit, or gone a little bit too soon.
And it looks like Emily Thompson is still the first female in this race, and
Yeah.
she looks really strong.
Yeah,
She's
well and truly
coming.
locked into that group.
150 meters to go. But
She looks like she can come round on the shoulder of these guys and really make a move in the home straight.
and it looks like Martha's picked it up there as well.
And our leader
and
is
Edie. I think Edie's putting in a bit of a big sprint coming
big,
in as
big
well.
spurt from 168, who is...
Oh, and he's suddenly taken it. 422.
That's Brandon Smart, 422, PB of 425, so huge run from him.
And that's Martha Collins crossing the line, followed by Edie. Incredible running from that pair of steeplers.
And here
there.
comes Georgie
There's
and Emily.
Georgie and Emily to complete the race.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
No, that's... Oh no, here we go. Couldn't see him behind the monitor there.
That was a great sprint finish between 104, that was Christopher Burrows, and 168, Brandon Smart. Oh, both had identical PBs.
Martha's calves look like they're in a bit of trouble. Martha's calves are good. It's what we like. It's what the people want to know.
Is the Greys okay though? That's the big
That's
question.
true.
Right, on to the next race. We're moving through them pretty quickly.
Thick and fast. Huh? Yeah. Go.
We're handing over to some other people to commentate.
Hello. Wait,
If we talk, it's like...
hello. My name's Isaac, and I'm here with Ted.
Hello,
we're
hello.
taking over briefly. Oh, there we are. For the next couple of races. So next up, we have race 5 in the open 1500 meters. Lining up for this one, we have Zach Lambert, Matthew Wilkinson, James Holt, Sam Lambert, Ben Gibbard, Gabriel Wagstaff, Patrick Mackey, Wing Yan Chan, Simeon Swain, Peter Deere, Daniel Wart, Dougie Garnett, Andy Jevons, Jack Price, Liam Hill, and Finley Stanton. We're being paced by Luke Richardson.
Just waiting for a good time to talk. Just wait for the race to get going and then I'll be like, no. I think we're going to start late.
So we're just running a couple minutes behind. But the athletes are out ready, all lined up.
Looking fresh. Right.
Okay, here we go. They're off. So race 5 of the open 1500 metres, and Luke Richardson makes his way to the front, pacing this one at 66 seconds per 400 metres, looking for a time of around 4:07. Nice pack forming behind Luke. We've got a few Birmingham runners in there.
Andy
Looks
Jeevens, Ben
Andy
Gibbard.
Jeevens, yeah. Zach Lambert just getting on Luke's shoulder there. Looks like he wants a quicker pace. Ben Gibbard and Andy Jeevens tucked in nicely behind the lead pack.
Group is splitting up now from the looks of it.
Yeah, looks like Lambert's shifting the pace a little here. This clock gets to 1 minute 17, 18, 19 through 500 metres. So we've got the pair of Zach Lambert and Sam Lambert leading this race at the moment. I assume they're brothers, and they're doing a good job at the moment. Coming up to almost halfway now, 700 metres in, 1:51 on the clock. Could be looking in and around 4 minutes here.
Brothers doing strongly at the front.
Yeah, leading out the race nicely. 800 metres in, 2:08. They're on for a 4-minute pace at the moment. Moving very nicely in what nice conditions here. It's a little bit cloudy, but the wind has dropped.
Got a big lead, probably about 20 metres to the next runner, which...
Is that, it looks like Sam Lambert out in the front, ahead of his brother. Luke Richardson still in there, holding around the 4:07 pace required. But the Lambert brothers are absolutely cruising here.
Luke
Richardson coming up to the bell.
Has now pulled off. Looks like we have Andy Jeevens in third.
Yeah, a couple of the Buakas chasing the top two here. But it's the Lambert brothers in the bell, 2:56 at the bell for
Ben
Sam
Gibbard
Lambert.
now
Zach Lambert in hot pursuit.
My bad. What predictions for the final time, Isaac?
Well, we're looking in around 4 minutes. I think if Sam can hold this, he's looking very good at the moment.
It's pretty quick, pretty quick.
Quicker than the pace required, so these boys are clearly in shape. 3:28 on the clock with just under 200 to go, sorry. Will he be able to sneak under that 4-minute barrier?
Pushing hard now. 150 to go.
So it's very dominant from the Lambert brothers. Getting a 1 and 1-2 it looks like here. Sam Lambert into the home straight now, and he's pushing hard.
Come on,
3:50 on the clock. Is he going to break the 4-minute barrier?
I think he's going to do it, Isaac. I don't know about you.
It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
No, he's
57,
done it. Easy.
58, and he's done it.
Great.
Look at that. His brother not far behind.
Crossing the line.
Absolute dominance from the Lambert.
4:03.
4:10 on the clock for these runners here. Ben Gibbard, Buaka over the line, Andy Jeevens.
That was a strong race. That was a strong race.
Very strong race.
So Isaac, how was your 800 earlier?
Yeah, it was good. Good little opener, starts the season. PB, felt pretty good going round, so not too bad. It is good conditions out there. Looking quite cloudy on the stream. It is very nice. It's not too cold.
Yeah, the weather's getting a
windy.
bit chilly. Going sports night tonight then, Isaac?
Nah.
Oh, fair enough. Committed athlete, I'll be doing that.
Yeah, rest and recovery, mate. Are you?
I'm not too bad, mate. I'm not too bad. So the next race we have William Pridden, Peter Stevens, gone Pete, James McCann, Thomas Eustace, Jack Hadley. Have a crack at that name, Isaac.
Is that Bryson Price Davies? I'm sorry if I've butchered that.
Ed Brown, Buax, cross captain for next year. Louis Starr, Ty Adkins, Joseph McLeod, Callum Upton, Daniel Newman, Tony Alfonso, John T. Bridger, Tommy Bridger.
Yeah,
and
the
Tommy
Bridger
Bridger
duo. John T. going to be paced around by his older brother.
Going
cracking 800 earlier.
64-second laps. So it should be an interesting race. Hoping to see good races from our cross captain Ed Brown.
Well, he's in good shape, is Ed, so
yeah,
we'll see what he can produce here today.
Should make a fine captain for next year.
Indeed. So the pace they're looking at in this race is 4 flat, so that's 64-second laps. Do you fancy yourself in that race, Ted?
Oh, to be honest, not really. I mean, I haven't really
really
done a track race since I was 17. And
Natural talent, though, I reckon.
I'm not sure about that, mate. I'm not sure about that.
Those who don't know, this is Ted Barnacote, and his brother is he's pretty decent at running, isn't he? He's not that
He's all right. He's all right.
So it's in the genes somewhere, Ted.
I don't think I've quite unlocked it yet. I haven't got the XP for it, so here we go. We've got some long jump to watch. Here we go. Oh, the 1500 is about to start. 1500 has started.
1500 underway here, and this is race 6 of 7 in the open, 1500 metres. Tom Bridger moves straight to the front.
So does Tony Alfonso. Oh, he's been overtaken.
Got a few all-star BUAC names in here. Tony Alfonso, who produced a very impressive double the other week, running a very impressive 8 and 3K.
Peter Stevens, Ed Brown nicely in the pack as well.
There's Jack Hadley in behind Tom Bridger. Looking very smooth. 300 metres in, 44, 45, 46. Do the 300 mark. Pete Stevens. Jack and the athletes in front of him as well. These boys are on pace as we come up to a lap.
Looking very smooth. Looking very smooth. I'm liking this, Isaac. What about you?
I am too. This is slightly quicker than the pace asked, and they all look very good. So we could be in for an impressive performance from these guys here. So is that Louis Starr, I think, in second place behind Tom Bridger, the pacemaker at the moment. He's moved to the front and he looks good as well. We've got a little pack forming at the front here of around 7 or 8 athletes, all bunching up behind Tom.
Ed Brown trying to get onto the back of the group.
He's moving up nicely as our cross captain. Tom Bridger through the 700 metre mark in 1:51.
Peter Stevens.
Good group of guys here. Ed Brown trying to latch onto the back of them.
Peter Stevens looking very comfy in that first group. And there's someone pulling away with Bridger at the front.
I'm going to take a stab and say that's Joseph McLeod, I think, who's broken away with A slight gap now as we come up with 600 to go. Bridge is still in the race. Looks like he might pull out here though, 1k in. I stand corrected, he's still going. So it's Joseph McLeod pulling away a little bit here from the rest of the runners. Just tracking Tom Bridges' every move. These two looking very smooth.
I think Bridger might pull out on the bell.
So here we go, 1 lap to go, 2:54 on the clock.
I also stand corrected.
Tom Bridges still in the race. He's taken Joseph McLeod right round to 1200 here.
Followed by Tony Alfonso and Peter Stevens.
Good group of Buak in behind McLeod though.
Ed Brown making a move. He's seriously putting on the pace, pedal to the metal. You know, Ed Brown's looking good.
Ed Brown is moving. He's chasing down the chase pack there. McLeod still motoring in front though.
Peter Stevens has overtaken Tony Alfonso.
3:25 with 200 to go.
McLeod looking strong. Just got to hold on for another 200.
Will he be able to hold on in the last 150 odd metres here? He's got Louis Starr chasing him down. And Louis Starr is moving. The gap is closing. Pete Stevens chasing Louis Starr. Got a race in our hands here. 100 metres to go. And Pete Stevens moves wide.
Go on. Go on, Pete.
Go on, Pete.
Pete Stevens coming like an absolute train down the home straight. It looks like he might win this race. Louis Starr neck and neck with Pete Stevens, but Pete Stevens edges in front.
Go on, Pete.
Pete Stevens takes the win for Buak in just outside 4 minutes. What a run.
That was a cracking
race. And Ed Brown
race.
comes like an absolute train down. What a run from these guys.
Great runs from everyone in Buak right there.
Respect to Joseph McLeod for getting after that.
That was a brilliant
all
race.
Out there.
That was a brilliant race. McLeod, so Isaac, let's break it down. So,
what a race that was. Tactics, hard running from the gun. Very impressive all round. Look at that Gurn. Pete Stevens leaving it all out there today.
What a finish. What a man.
So it looked like Stevens, Adkins and Starr were your top 3, I think. If you just cut some field action. See if we can get some results.
Where's the next race?
So bit of long jump action here.
So for the next 1500 we have George Sutcliffe, aka Trippy, Daniel Swain, Josh Geddes, Will Newcomb, Jack Woodsworth, Josh Fisher, Stanley Clark, Jamie McDonald, Leo Stark, Ryan Ashforth, Max Nicole, Ash Burgess, Michael Stevens, Harry Brody, Malik Roosdai, Will Nuttall, Dylan Gillett, George Rowland as the pacer, and go for 62-second laps.
I think this is going to be a very good race.
This is a very stacked race for Buak.
It's a very quick pace as well. Get any of these guys at that 3:52 mark, it would be a very good result.
If you're a betting man, Isaac, who would you put your money on?
Who would I put my money on? Well, I think Stanley Clark has been moving very well in training, and he's run a very quick 8 this year.
That is very true.
But Will Newcomb also ran a very impressive 3K, so it's going to be that 800 3K battle.
Let's not forget about Nutt. I think Nutt would be quite strong.
Was he sixth at Bucks in was it 9:06?
It was a very strong performance.
Impressive.
Very strong performance.
I don't know where I'd put my money here. I think it's quite open. And Josh Geddes as well ran a very good session the other day. It's for the taking, this one, I think.
It's going to be an interesting race.
This could be a very interesting race to close off our 1500s here tonight.
And they're off.
So we're off. George Rowland, the pacemaker.
Nuke out in front.
Could bring a tear to a Buaka's eye, seeing George Rowland around the track for the first time in a while. So 62s is the required pace here in the 7th 1500 metre open race at the Birmingham Track and Field Festival Series. Festival is in 2 weeks.
Good correction, Isaac.
So all the athletes bunching up behind George as we approach 300 metre mark. They all look very smooth. 44, 45, 46. Pretty perfect pacing from George.
Got Ash Burgess in first, non-pace, like not the pacer. Then Stan, who we got? Nuke.
So the Ash Burgess at the front, then Nuke, Stan. A sea of red in this race. An absolute sea of red.
Peter
Lots
Stevens.
of Buakas.
Peter Stevens pretty high up in that race. The current cross captain, who was cross captain for 2 years.
Yeah, got the other Stevens twin in this one, Mike, in the white and orange, sitting in about 5th right now.
Can he replicate what his brother just did? That is the question.
We will see. He ran a good 800, did Mike, the other day, here in Birmingham, 155. So the ex-captain's in shape. We've got a pack of 5 or 6 runners following George Rowland at the moment as we come up to 700 metres. Stan Clark following Ash Burgess with Will Newcombe in hot pursuit and Will Nuttall on Nuke's shoulder. 1:48 for George Rowland through the 700 metre mark. Pretty spot on pacing. Name we haven't mentioned is Leo Stark, who also was just on the back of Mike in the 800, so he could have a kick if he's there with a lap to go. That was 2:04 through the 800, which is spot on pacemaking from George Rowland. This is
Nutt's made a bit of a move.
Absolute perfection at the moment.
Nutt is now moving into first place.
So Nuttall moves into first place of the races, trying to close the gap on Rowland, who still looks very strong. He might want to go on and win this, George Rowland. He looks very good out there. Stan Clark's following Will Nuttall, though, and Will Newcombe is not allowing a gap to form.
He's lurking. Pete Stevens also there. Let's not forget about him. He might have a strong kick like Pete.
George Rowland steps off the track and leaves Will Nuttall out with the track ahead of him. 4:50 to go. They're all still in this. This is going to be a very interesting final lap. 51, 52 through the bell. It's going to be sub 4, but who's going to take the win? A pack of 6 or 7 guys at the front, all tracking Will Nuttall. Stan Clark on his shoulder looks very good. A minor gap forming between Clark and third place, Will Newcombe, who, just as I say that, ups the cadence, and he's closing in on Stan Clark. Will Nuttall's forming a gap at the front, though.
Nutt is looking smooth and strong. Go on, Nutt.
Josh Ged's closing in as well. There's a sea of red at the front here, surrounding Mike Stevens, who's looking good as well. But Will Nuttall is powering away at the moment. He might take this race with 1:50 to go. Rustai in second.
Home straight,
with Will Nuttall ahead of him. Will Nuttall.
Oh, Newcomb's making a massive kick. Newcomb's making a massive kick.
But I think he's going to run out of track, and Will Nuttall's going to close in about a 60-second lap here to take the win. 3:53.
Sea of
followed
red.
by the sea of Buakas behind.
Leo Stark coming in
a lot
just
in this
now.
race, but what a run from Will Nuttall. Very impressive.
That was a quality race.
Josh Geddes is about to be swarmed by his housemates after a brilliant run.
Josh Fisher.
Sub 4. Josh Fisher coming in there, and George Sutcliffe as well.
George Fisher.
What a great race to round off the 1500s.
4:07, I think.
You did call it. You said Will Nuttall was the one to watch.
I know. I said, don't forget Will Nuttall.
Oh, and there's the race before. Pete Stevens taking it to the other athletes there.
I think Will Nuttall's going to have a really good track season this season.
He's been very good in trailing. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw him take further seconds off that run there.
That was a superb race.
Brilliant race to round off the 1500s here at the Birmingham Open. So a bit of a long jump action here. We have a Buaka running down the runway at the moment. I can't see, unfortunately, what their name is.
There's a big jump.
It did. It looked like a big jump.
Does anyone want to do some commenting? I need a piss really bad. There's no more races though, are there?
Go get. Someone go get one of them. We'll interview. You go get one of them. We'll interview.
Oh yeah. Go get nut. Get nut.
Wait, get nut.
No referring cake.
No. We're getting Geds up. Geds. No, Nuts coming. We're getting Nuts the race winner.
So Ted, summarise those 1500s in one word.
Cracking. That's what
Cracking.
I'd say. I mean, there's some
That's a good
superb
word.
racing out there. You know, strong perform. Pete, an absolute amazing last lap. Will Nuttall, very strong from what 750 meters to go.
Performance of the day to Pete Stevens, do you reckon? Getting the win there? Or
Yeah, I'd say-
Will Nuttall.
Oh, I don't know. That's a tough one. It depends what you like. If you like someone like hashing it out from quite early on, you've got to go for Will Nutt. But if you like
Yeah.
a little bit of drama, you go for Pete
The
Stevens.
sitting kick from Stevens was a textbook move, wasn't it?
It was. It really was.
I think we're about to be joined by one of the race winners, by the looks of things.
The twins.
Pete
Looks like.
Stevens is on his way up to the commentary booth. Oh, right, everyone.
The main man.
How are we doing?
Hello.
Where's the camera?
It's there. It's there.
Yeah.
Right. So here we have a race winner, Peter Stevens. How was that race, Pete?
What a great time I had. Really.
Great time you ran as well.
Thanks, mate. I was thinking, can I get to the sub 4 today, but didn't manage it.
Is that PB?
Next
Oh
time.
yeah, it's good 6 seconds off.
That's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah,
PB.
I
PB
got-
is a win.
Yeah, I got to 120, and I thought, wow, there's only 2 of them left, and I just kept going, and yeah, got the dub. Very happy.
So what's next for you, Pete? When's the next race?
I have no idea. Got
have
an
no
exam
idea.
tomorrow on Tuesday, and then we'll see what I fancy doing, I guess.
You're gonna hit the library tonight?
Yeah, maybe the library. Maybe I have to do it in my room. I don't know.
Maybe a bedroom. Well done, Pete. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
We've got your twin brother here, Mike Stevens.
This is Ted Barnacote signing
Mike,
off.
how was the race out there today?
Oh, it was tough, mate. It was really tough. I found 100 metres was so hard.
Was it?
Yeah.
You ran well though. Looked like a good PB.
Yeah, 55.61, something like that. Pretty good.
Very nice.
Just didn't have it in the final 100. I had Josh Geddes come past me, and I was trying to get my housemate Stanley Clark, but couldn't quite get
Josh
there.
Geddes ran very, very well. Good support crew out there from
Right, let's
the
go.
Hubert household.
Right, thanks, boys.
Right, this is Ted Barnacote signing off. I hope everyone has a great evening tonight. Yeah. Goodbye. Thank you.
Cheers, Ted.
Thank you for watching.
Are there any more races? So I think that rounds off the track action for tonight as we watch the last few throws in the field. I'm joined here by Dan Fisher.
Hello.
Dan, you're injured at the moment, but you
Yeah.
can't deny that was a good night of athletics.
Oh, it's quality. Good to watch as ever. See everyone out there getting PBs. Great
And
to see.
I'm sure you'll be back out there very soon.
Fingers crossed.
You're in good shape. Just come back from a camp in Front Remo, is that right?
Yeah. 3 weeks out in fun. Just over the April. But yeah, no, it went really well. Then came back, pretty much got injured straight away. So just building up at the moment, trying to build up. Just had an MRI today, so hopefully everything will come back clear and I'll be able to get training soon.
Do you think we'll see you here at one of the open meets or the festivals, anything like that?
Maybe.
BMCs?
Probably more likely next year, but
More likely
we'll have to
next year.
see. We'll have to see.
Maybe. You never know. Well, you never know, Dan. You never know.
Wow.
Dan, summarise the action. Could you summarise the action today in one word?
Electric.
Electric. I like that. Good.
Yeah, quality. How about you? What would your one word be?
My one word. Oof. You're right. Oh, we're on camera. My one word would be spectacle.
Like the glasses, or?
No. It was just a spectacle, wasn't it? It was.
Yeah,
That's what it's all
was.
about. These the track and field series here in Birmingham. Good action on the field and on the track. So well done to everyone competing, and hopefully see you again here very soon. We've got the BMC, I think, next Saturday, and then the following week is the track and field series.
Yeah.
So it's good couple of weeks of athletics here in Birmingham coming up.
Definitely.
Thank you for watching. Shout out to my brother Leah Rothwell in the chat, and we will see you soon.
Thank you very much. Cheers.